Here. Next. That one next. Yes. Proceed.
Finally, thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Let's be reminded to maintain time, deliberate in 1 minute, and don't forget your prayers.
Okay, I just want to talk about this key issue, stigma and limited mental health support for young people experiencing stress, anxiety, depression, meaningful life, and other psychosocial challenges. Other psychosocial challenges I identified are helplessness, family conflicts, relationship problems, trauma, and insecurity. On this issue of drug and substance abuse, it's not only men that abuse these drugs. Ladies are also involved in this drug and substance abuse. And they are mostly caused by these psychosocial problems like family conflicts, relationships. You can be abandoned by your family and you feel like you're now helpless, you cannot do anything more, and you end up abusing drugs and giving up on yourself. I want to thank this organization, MEMPRO, it's for girls. They are really helping young girls to have hope in themselves. And I also want to help boys to men mentorship. My colleague was talking about that he was saying they're only promoting girl child. No, there's this boys to men mentorship.
Honorable member, will you summarize?
Almost summarizing. They're also empowering boy child to have hope in themselves. So my prayer is, please, the Arua City should introduce counseling and psychosocial support in schools, institutions, and communities. They should also train health workers in basic mental health and substance use. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Member. I will pick 2 more, and then we close. Yes, Honorable Member. Be reminded to maintain time.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. My name is Zuru Charity. I am the Female Youth Council Live Division. Concerning drug and substance abuse, it is something that has gone highly in Arua City and entire West Nile region, even Uganda as well, if I may put it that way. We may ask ourselves that what is the root cause of this? There is an inactive law to regulate production, sale, and consumption. Take it, for example, in Arua City here, there are some particular sub-counties. Let me give an example of Dadam. Dadam is well known of growing Mairunji. So how can the people responsible, how can stakeholders come up with this together with youth leaders? Because this is already perishing the lives of the young people who are the leaders of today and the leaders of tomorrow. So it is not always easy to have a celebration of the young people who have been able to streamline their vision. So my prayer is that the youth leaders, the stakeholders, the religious, let me say CSOs, they should be able to work hand in hand with these NGOs. It's all about partnering. You know, as youth leaders, we should be able to partner with these NGOs, we conduct community dialogues, reach out to schools, educate these young people, sensitize them on how their vision is to be, what kind of leaders they want to be tomorrow.
Thank you
so much.
Okay. One more, then, yes.
Thank you, Speaker. Finally, my prayer has been answered. I've received the mic. My name is Mungufen Moses, the Youth Chairperson, Arua Central Division. I still want to emphasize on the boy child. You know, like for us here, we have a lot of gender inequalities between the boys and the girls. By then, those are stereotypes and masculinities by then, and those bad gender norms. But I still want to emphasize here, boy child is now left out, since now the NGOs, CBOs are pampering the ladies. So now, the reason why I'm saying like this is one.
Honorable members, let's maintain
The
order.
reason why I'm saying like this is one. Like almost every day you see they are killing a boy child. The boy child, they felt they are neglected. That is one of the reasons why you may find that someone's parents don't have money to pay the person. But if supposed to be a girl to do that, the NGOs, the CBOs behind them, but for boy child, there's no one behind them. So now what they do is they start to write border borders. From there, they get bad peer groups whereby they go and start chewing mirrors, they do other things. So these are now the things that is now affecting our young people, especially the boy child. So my prayer is the city should at least pass an ordinance that can allow both boy child and girl child education to be embraced in Arua City. I submit.
Thank you. Due to the sensitivity of the matter, we will pick two more. Yes, Honorable, you, and then Toko will finish. Honorable.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. My name is called Richard Adomati. I work for Naguru Teenage Center, supporting CSO's project. Right Honorable Speaker, I know I don't have enough time, but briefly, I want to echo my voice on the issue of drug abuse, drug and substance abuse. Right Honorable Speaker, we as Naguru Teenage Center, we are doing a lot in regards to drug abuse. How are we doing this? Our project, CSO's project, is 70% for adolescent girls and also 30% for the young boys. So there you will see there's a bit of inclusivity in terms of our programming. We currently work in 4 former sub-counties in Arua City, which are Padzulu, Adome, Dadamu, and Oluko. What are we doing in terms of drug abuse? Our programs are designed to ensure that the young boys have access to information. In that we have our weekly SRH sessions or models that are run in the former sub-counties through our peer educators. You find these peer educators have adolescent groups that they meet on weekly basis, delivering these SRH curriculum models, of which drug abuse is not an exception. I think in that we are doing a lot in terms of drug and substance abuse. We also have economic empowerment that we are currently running in these former sub-counties. We have YSLA groups. YSLA groups are Youth Savings and Loan Association groups, which the young boys are actively being engaged. And we believe when these young people are actively engaged in looking for money, in productive income-generating activities, indeed, you will find they will not have time for engaging in these drug abuse or other issues that may prompt them towards or to drug and substance abuse.
It's time.
Right Honorable Speaker, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I beg to move.
Yes, the last person, then we call the motion mover.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Reminded, be brief. And
I am going to be very brief. I felt I should stand and submit about this, as much as I am coming from Central Division, and this is an area where you can see things are happening daily. Before I go to my prayers, I have one question. This one goes to the City Council and Central Division Council. If you go to Duka Road and go down road, you will find that drug is sold there every day. And these people are not fruitful for the government. They are not paying tax, and they are left there to sell these things there. So this one comes, which means what the other honorable member first said, instead of getting solution to remove this, we are talking of educating. We are educating when this thing is living between us. How are we going to solve this issue? Mr. Speaker, I want to go straight to my prayers. I want to say that Arua City has to strengthen the law enforcement and the policies. This is to arrest the people who are selling these drugs and prosecute them completely, which will reduce this. Secondly, let Arua City have a campaign of supporting family community actions in a way that to encourage the parents and the children to peer friendly ways of communicating in a way that a child cannot fear the parent. Because it's impossible. The parental aspect of it is in it. You find that a father, a mother will say, I am tired, this child has defeated me. How?
Honorable Member, summarize.
Lastly, education and school. I will suggest that Arua City should come with a campaign. They should run anti-drug awareness campaign in primary schools and secondary schools for the pupils and the students, so that when they come home, they approach their peers to talk to them about this. I beg to submit. Thank you.
Thank you, honorable members, for your deliberations. Before we invite the motion mover, would like to give 1 or 2 minutes to our duty bearer, that is the mayor, Mr. Honorable of T. Malon, who can come and give us a few important informations regarding what has been shared, and also his insights concerning some of these issues that are coming from the youth, before the motion mover comes in with full prayers. Thank you. You're most welcome, Honorable. We can give a round of applause. I know it's out of order, but yeah, it's okay. You're welcome.
Right Honorable Speaker, your deputy, Honorable Speaker, your deputy, clerk to council, fellow leaders here, both present and former, Directorate of Community Services of Arua City, dear members of parliament, good afternoon. My name is Malon Yavutia. By God's grace, I'm the mayor of Ive Division. Sir Speaker, I wanted to be here until the end, but we have Arua City Security Committee meeting that is sitting in the office of the president from 2. I feel I should say 1 or 2 things before I leave. In any case, it really warranted that us, the duty bearers, needed to be here until this day is over. Because at the end of the day, some of the recommendations here straight away go to us for actions. My apologies for leaving along the way. I want to thank the organizers of this parliament for choosing Arua City. All of you are welcome. Arua City is the regional seat for West Nile, so this is our home. Don't mind about where your village is. For as long as you're here, you're in your home. Please, you're most welcome. I want to thank the partners who supported this. I know a number of you have done various activities towards empowering our young people. You know them, as well as being placed here. Sir Speaker, I will make 2 strong statements. Number 1, I have divided the young people into 2. My analysis is not in terms of age. Mine is in terms of what I'll call positive parenting, or the young person who is a product of positive parenting and a young person who is product of poor parenting. Brothers and sisters, as we sit here, we shouldn't forget that much of the challenges faced by the young people here is as a result of who your parent was or who your parent is. When we talk about unemployment, it means there's a young person, boy or girl, who was a positive parent, who was able to afford school fees, was able to provide shelter, was able to provide food, was able to provide clothing, was able to provide everything, including scholastics, for this child to attain some level of education. But we also have the other child, whose father, first of all, is a drunkard, is a drug abuser himself. I'm also told some are drunkards. Now, just imagine a product of drunkards, two drunkards, both the husband and the wife. Why don't we therefore have children who can't become a serious insecurity in a society like this? So as we debate here, my analysis is that a child who has attained some level of education now has a way of how he or she can be assisted. The assistance can come from government, the assistance can come from partners, it can come from private sector, it can come from any willing person. But this other child who has not been supported, we have some children in our society who have deserted their homes just because there's no food. From morning up to sunset, they are in the neighbor's compound in order for them to access food. Now, because there's no food, there's no school fees, there's no shelter, there's no what, we have parents who sleep in the same house with their children. You are aware that at some point at night, there are certain activities that are not supposed to involve children. But we still have parents who sleep. So, as we discuss here, these are my recommendations. Number one, the young people, I want to encourage you that don't get tired. There is nothing for you but you. Let's take this parliament very serious. I'm meant to understand that you are here because of the Day of African Child. You are here because of the World Refugee Day. You are here because of International Youth Day. All being commemorated the same day. Let us use this platform. What are our advantages? Number one, our advantage is our number. Statistics tells us that 72.3% of Ugandan population are the young people. That's an advantage. We have the energy. That's an advantage. What other opportunities do we have? A few of government programs. Mr. Speaker, my number one recommendation is the issue of the young people should be championed in every fora. Every fora. LC1 system has just been elected. There's a representative of the young person there. That person must not be a dull person. That person must speak. Because at that level, service is provided. At the LC2 level, there's a representative there. Women council elections are going on. There's a representative of a young person there. In the division councils, we have the representative of the young people. In the city councils, we have them. In the parliament, we have them. Some of the members of parliament who have become ministers in this country are still young people. The mayor of Arua city is young. I almost said I am young, but I've remembered I am 42.
Members, let's maintain order.
So, I want to summarize by saying my proposals are: number one, let us advocate for the increment on the percentage of beneficiaries of young people on PDM. Instead of having 30%, let us take it to 50%. 50%, so that maybe women can have 30 then men can have 20. But having 30% for young people under PDM program, in my view, is not enough. Because if you have 72.3% young people, we cannot therefore reduce them to 30%. We have the youth loans, which come through commercial banks. My request is that as we formulate policies, let's cater for a wider range of percentages for young people in that. And as a matter of fact, the condition of youth loan should not actually be so hard that the young people may find it difficult to access. I'll give an example. The other day, government provided an opportunity to have what is called growers' money for women. And some of these women are young people. But what was the first condition? You must have registered business. You must have business volume of 5 million and above. You must have collateral. Possibly you must have a land title as a security. Where will a university graduate of a 21, 25-year-old get a land title? These are things we must speak here without fear or favor. Now, if you look at the university entry, the youth loan, for those who are disadvantaged, if you want to join university, there are again parameters there. And those parameters are so difficult that a young, clever person may not even access that loan. These are already existing frameworks that we must carefully look into. Finally, as I disappear, I want to say that you who is seated here, already 18 years of age, if there were things that your parent did not do right in your life, I want you to forget. Put God in front of you. Ask yourself that I am 18. What is it that God can do in my life for me to live a better life? For those of you who have academic papers, I want to guarantee you the available white-collar jobs will never be enough. As a matter of fact, they are sometimes difficult to get. Anything within your means that can generate for you money, as long as it's not stealing, I want to encourage you, do it. I want to encourage you, do it. I know this is warning of time. But also, let us not go and abuse drugs and substance as an excuse. Because the life you are endangering is not that of your parent, is not of your neighbor, is first of all your own life. There are some of you seated here who have serious academic papers ranging from master's degree, bachelor's, diploma, certificate, and so on. You don't have a formal employment, but daily there is something that you are doing for your life to run. Can we learn from one another, brothers and sisters? Can we learn from one another? So, Speaker, finally, I want to thank God that I am still here standing alive. I should have died the day before yesterday. Why? Because of Ebola, the border markets have been closed. Now, the people who are supposed to make sure that there is no movement between Uganda and Congo pick bribes from traders. People go and trade in Congo, but in Uganda, vendors are beaten like animals. Some of these vendors borrowed loans from commercial bank. They can't pay. The border riders, the young people, borrowed the loan. Some of them go to PDM for produce buying and selling. You cannot buy, you cannot sell. But the day of returning the PDM money has come. So people have been pushed to the walls. So when we had this, we made an attempt with the assistant RSCC to go and do feasibility study, which study we were supposed now use to write to National Task Force and the Ministry of Health. Because this ban on the border market has now taken 3 months from May, June, July, now we're in August. You can imagine somebody has not been selling for 3 months, but the bank has no excuse. As long as you borrowed, the principal is with you, the interest is with you. Day by day, your security is endangered. Unfortunately, some scrupulous people misinformed the vendors that it was us who have been deploying soldiers to beat them. So people descended on us. But thank God, we survived. It is good to be an athlete sometimes. I have liked what social media is saying about me. I like it. But when I stand here, I am alive. Whether I am alive because I ran fast or what is not the question. The question is, am I still living? So the young people, we have a long way to go. My prayer is, one of the things for which I am leaving this parliament is, I want to go and be in that security committee meeting to put the plight of the young people who are at the border. That's why I am living here. I thank you for listening. I want to congratulate the Speaker for your guidance in this council. I don't regret living here because I still have Honorable Angoyo here. I still have my good brother, Honorable Simon here. Someone is called Ilya. That's his nickname. I still have them here, plus many of you. So as I live, I am also living there to represent you. I want to congratulate all of you for attaining a title of a member of parliament today, even when you are not an MP by election. I thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, our Lord Mayor, for those important words and the guidance. We appreciate you for that. And with that, we will now call the motion mover to give us his prayers regarding the motion. Then we proceed. Thank you. And honorable members, let's be reminded, we are still in an August house, so let us maintain order, and order is paramount. Thank you.
Yes, thanks so much, Right Honorable Speaker. Members of the August House, I am so disappointed, and I want to be put on record that I am so disappointed in a sense that, as said before by a colleague, we as young people are being used as a litmus paper. Why I say so is, if you have to look around, we only have a few representatives from the council or the leaders that are here with us. These are the very people who would have taken our issues into consideration and addressed them. Members, allow me to say that if you're to take Arua City, we are having 4 members of parliament. And I'd expected at least 2 or all of them should be with us here, as this parliament or as this day of young people we celebrate normally comes once in a year. And we are having 3 mayors. And fortunate enough, these mayors intend to be young people like us, but so with this May, that we only had 1 and he has left. And we always just have one our principal CDO, that is Judith. Thanks so much for always being with young people. Otherwise, we had always been exhausting the same motions, and we come up with the same prayers, and these prayers are not taken into consideration, or else actions are not taken in regarding to the prayers of young people. As far as matters concerning affecting young people is concerned, allow me to thank so much the angels, also the partners that are with us here. Please take this into consideration. Our prayers, you should take them into consideration and put them into action as far as young people are concerned, or as helping young people are concerned. This is my prayer and my request to you, our partners. Otherwise, we thank you so much for always being there with us and for always ensuring that young people are supported and they are given a listening ear. I want to thank so much my colleague honorable members for having exhausted this motion, which is so touchy to me and to you. That's why it has taken all this long, or as all this time, to ensure that we exhaust everything and we put in our prayers. And this time round, I am calling upon the partners and our principal CDO, at least let it be first of its kind, that these prayers are put into consideration, or are taken as from the young people to be put into work. I want to thank so much members for our prayers, and we called, as members of this August House, we are saying that in matters concerning the drug consumption, yes.
Be reminded of time.
Yes, in matters concerning drug and substance abuse, mental health, and social well-being, our prayer to this August House is there needs to be strengthened community-based counseling, and we are calling for a rehabilitation center which would ease referral systems. And at August House, we are calling for integrate mental health and substance abuse awareness into youth, schools, community engagement activities. We are calling for a promotion of peer counseling and youth mentorship initiatives. As this house, we are calling for investment in sports, arts, culture, talent, and other constructive youth engagement opportunities. As this house, we are calling for the use of radio, social media, and community dialogue to sustain prevention, awareness, and helping seeking messages which will champion this matter. Members also, our prayer was there needs to be ordinances passed to ensure that the use of drug should be deemed as illegal in our city as far as our mental health or its well-being is concerned. There needs to be establishment of youth-friendly corners. This had been our cry for all this long. And we only had one youth-friendly corner, which is even inactive as I speak, at Oli Health Center. So we are calling for a youth-friendly corner to ensure that these young people have such a place for them to get needs. There needs to be empowerment of a boy child. I know this had been something, a song which is sung countrywide, girl child. Even if you were to ask a nursery kid, they will be in position to know about girl child. What about the boy child? Should be the question. So there is need of empowerment of this boy child. Otherwise, thanks so much. I beg to submit. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Honorable Member, for the prayers you've submitted. We will be able to give chance for more duty bearers to respond. And with this, we'll also say that we will not limit some of the stakeholders who may want to respond in the position of duty bearers. We'll be able to give you opportunity. You can write to the speaker where you are able to be considered based on time. With that, I will hand over to the clerk to invite the next motion mover so we can proceed. Thank you.
Let me take this opportunity to welcome Honorable Ezuri Charity to take us through motion to present issue paper on meaningfully participation, representation, and accountability. Honorable, you're most welcome. Thank you, the Right Honorable Speaker. Honorable members of the August House, good afternoon. My name is Honorable Charity, the Female Youth Councillor, Ivo Division. I stand here to move a motion that is meaningful youth participation, representation, and accountability. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Member. We will now invite Seconder for the motion. Seconder, yes? Yes, Honorable.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. Honorable Twalib Ayub Ali, standing to second the motion. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Please proceed with the motion.
Thank you, Speaker. The reason as to why I move that motion is that 33.8% of youth applicants identified lack of meaningful representation as a major concern, with youth participation often perceived as tokenistic. At the same time, 63.1% applicants belonged to a youth group, organization, or council, indicating an existing appetite for organized engagement. So this concept note specifically identifies this August House as a platform to promote civic engagement in governance, planning and decision-making, strengthen leadership in public speaking, and developed structured feedback resolutions and recommendation. And key issues include meaningful inclusion of youth in city planning, budgeting, service monitoring, and decision-making. Another key issue is regular structured dialogue between youth, elected leaders, technical officers, MPs, and other duty bearers. Accessible feedback channels through physical and digital platforms. The fourth key issue is civic engagement and leadership skills, including public speaking, budget analysis, advocacy, and monitoring. Lastly, inclusive participation of young women, youth with disabilities, refugee youth, and other marginalized groups. So, as a young person, then ask yourself, where and how can youth formally participate in Arua City when it comes to planning and budgeting processes? Another one can be, what mechanisms will ensure that youth recommendations receive documented responses? Because at the end of the day, accountability is needed or required. Then thirdly, how can the youth parliament and youth councils be linked to existing local government structures? What support is available for youth to understand budgets, policies, public services, and accountability processes? Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I beg to move.
Thank you, Honorable Member, for the motion moved. We'll now open the House to discuss the motion. Please be rest assured the Speaker is able to see you. And when you have a deliberation to make, please, you can stand so the Speaker can give you a chance. Yes, Honorable Member, you're most welcome. Can we hand him a microphone?
Yes, thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker and the honorable members of the August House. My name is Fritoko Victor. I have a recommendation for all these questions regarding meaningful youth participation, representation, and accountability. And that is by the youth participating in these political positions that actually do the accountability itself. As youth, we are not restricted from participating in any of these positions that are responsible for the participations, the representations, and accountability at any level. So, the only thing we can do as youth of Arua City is to participate in the political positions that can give us the power to be able to do what we are actually thinking about in regards. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Yes, Honorable. Please don't forget to submit your prayers.
It's okay,
very
thank you.
important.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to say a word. It is true that the young people are not participating meaningfully, and their representation and accountability in various positions is being affected. Reason being, young people in this country of Uganda, young people are being manipulated not to participate meaningfully because people have taken advantage of their poverty level. People tend to give them money to enter into criminality by intoxicating them so that they achieve their selfish interest. Secondly, there are some cultural norms in our communities that do not allow young people to participate in leadership. They have a say that it is the elders who make decisions, forgetting that the young people are also human beings who have the right to participate in decision making in the communities. It is what people have forgotten, and that is what we need to advocate for. Then our leadership races, starting from churches, cultural institutions, even the government, have been commercialized. You'll find that young people cannot participate for these positions because poverty has shut them, has pushed them in a corner, which can make them not to compete with these other elders. So it is something which government should change, and the unfavorable cultural norms that do not favor young people at least need to be changed. Here is my prayer as far as this motion is concerned. There is need to sensitize young people on the importance of their participation in leadership, because some young people do not understand the importance of their participation and representation in these political leaderships or positions. So we need to sensitize them on the importance. And then there is also need to enhance the capacity of young people by offering numerous training to these young people. Because you can't say that a young person in the village who has not been capacitated to come and compete with me, to be like this, to represent issues that do affect young people like me, because for me I've been capacitated. But someone who is there in the village who do not have such opportunities cannot present himself like this. So they need to be capacitated. And then there is also need to change the unfavorable cultural norms, as I had said. It is also affecting our young people, because some people believe that young people cannot when elders are there. Finally, my last prayer is, still, much as we are capacitating women, where women have not been given that opportunity to make decisions. When, as far as land is concerned, even leading the clan, people have a belief that it is the men who can lead the clan and who can make final decisions as far as the land issues are concerned. So they need to be capacitated, and such beliefs should be taken away. I beg to submit.
Thank you, Honorable Member, for your submissions. Yes, Honorable. Honorable members, let's be reminded of time. Use your 1 minute very productively.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. When it comes to the participation and meaningful engagement of young people in decision making, I personally, as Honorable Andama Fadil, I am always provoked in this area, because I would say that we are always marginalized in a way that right now, if you come to Arua City, the leading area or the leading organization is led by a young person of 25 years of age. That is the mayor himself. But around him, when you see others, is pushed in the corner, squeezed very thoroughly other side. Now, we are talking about participation. Let's go back to our wards. Let's see the PDM program. Let's see the BOG chairpersons. But at least In Central Division, we managed to secure a young person of 25 also as the board member of Kenya Ward, the most deadly one. Now, if you look at the structures, there are some village leaders, young people who are in the cell level. They don't know why they were elected as leaders. They don't know their roles as young people. Now tell me, who will come and tell them what to do? Secondly, the number of young people that is representing in the national is very meager. We only have 5 representatives in the parliament. Now tell me, how will young people's issue be raised? And unfortunate part of it, Mr. Speaker, is either this member of parliament are investment of people or they have their godfathers. Whatever they always think about is their next areas of jurisdiction or where they are going to go. For instance, right now, the member of parliament representing the women of Nebi district.
Honorable member, your time is
I am concluding. Was the minister Nyamtoro Fiona was the female member of parliament of Uganda. Okot Boniface was the one of northern Uganda, and now I don't know, maybe he also went and opposed as a direct elected member of parliament of Kole district. Now tell me, people who are going there are going to think of where they are going next term and how will the issues of young people be represented. My prayer through you, Mr. Speaker, I know it is impossible. I know it is impossible, but my prayer to you is at least if every sub-region will have sent a member of parliament, it will have been better. As a young person, West Nile should give, Acholi should give, all the sub-regions should send a young member of parliament to the parliament, it will have been better. And if you come to our districts or divisions, we still have little that we are presenting in the council.
Honorable
so,
member.
Through you, Mr. Speaker, lastly, I will conclude that let's advocate for the rights of the young people as young people so that next time we will not be like this. Mr. Speaker, you will forgive me if I consume your time. I might go out of what we're discussing, but I request next time, if, through you, Mr. Speaker, if next time we have such parliament, it should not be indoors. Let's take it out. Let's mention it as a street parliament so that people who are passing around, there are some people out there, they want to know what is happening, but we're always hiding indoors. We're discussing it here, and I believe what we learn here will be for ourselves, to motivate ourselves. We will not reach out there for in other issues. So next time, let's take the parliament outside. Thank you.
Thank you, honorable member. Please, let's be reminded of time and maintain the 1 minute, use it properly. Yes, honorable member.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I appreciate the efforts of different partners and organizations, also including the government, for having given us the opportunity as persons with disability to participate in disability-related programs and decision-making spaces. However, we should also need to ask ourselves, if we see around in many of these organizations and these development partners, many persons with disability are not involved. And the reason is because many of them still struggle with the barrier of accessible education. When you see, for example, the deafs, many deafs study, but many of them have stopped in primary 7s. This is because Arua City has barely has the secondary school that is for the deafs. And as well, this has made many persons with disability unable to compete in these positions that are given in this development in these organizations and the development partners, and also the government entities. So my prayer today is, if our city could deliberately invest in inclusive education and get qualified interpreters to participate in the already existing secondary school so that the deaf individuals can as well participate, I would be grateful. Thank you. My name is Mungwecho Nipresed. I represent persons with disability, Arua Central Division.
Thank you, Honorable Member, for your deliberations. Down there, Honorable Member. Let's be guided that our time is 1 minute, so deliberate within that time and make sure you present your prayers too. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. Speaking about meaningful youth engagement and participation, first of all, my name is Atiki Derek, and I'm a Youth Advisory Board member for the SheSwas project. And I mainly deal in that aspect of meaningful youth engagement. And if we speak about meaningful youth engagement, I really don't understand if a lot of people in here really understand the aspect of it. Because if you don't understand it, first of all, I don't think you're going to practice it, okay? If you speak about youth engagement and you still don't understand its opposite, which is tokenism, you're still going to keep doing the same thing, thinking that you're doing meaningful youth engagement. So my prayer is they should actually do a lot of mentorship and capacity building of most of the leaders in the local governments, where they understand it, because it's a two-way journey. It comes as you're representing the young people in the spaces that you are in, and at the same time, as you involve these young people outside there, when you're speaking them, to understand what are the issues that need to be solved in the community. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Member, for the submissions. Yes, Honorable.
Thank you once again, Right Honorable Speaker, for this opportunity. Right Honorable Speaker, when we talk of meaningful participation and representation, it's in fact one of the key areas that we should interest ourselves. One, concerning persons with disabilities, I have two areas that I feel I should submit to, more especially at the Electoral Commission and of course at the government programs. With the Electoral Commission, I want to confirm to you that, Right Honorable Speaker, in the process of registering, of course we have the Electoral College registering from the village level up to the division level. You will realize that the representation of the youths with disabilities in that college is very, very limited. Why? Because the information that is passed is not accessible to youths with disabilities. You will realize that information is shared in a format that is not accessible, more especially when we talk about the persons with hearing impairment. They don't access any information that is shared through radio, that is shared through community dialogues. That limited participation of persons with hearing impairment. A case at hand, when elections were conducted in some of the cells in Arua Central Division, most of the youths came to realize that elections were conducted a day after elections were conducted. And of course, that was not a problem. That was not our problem. This happened in Kenya Ward. A person with hearing impairment who reached at ward level missed elections to move to another level as a result of limited access to information. Of course, that came in due to the changes that came in the programming that EC are released later. And of course, that affected our access to information, and of course, that limited our participation and representation. The second is now looking at the government programs. Looking at the PDM that we're talking about, you will realize that in the design, the program is very nice, but when it reaches on ground, let's talk about interpretation services. They are not part of the program, part of the PDM program. So that alone limits our limits our participation and representation. My prayer is, can Arua City on affirmative action integrate sign language interpretation in government programs to ensure that we participate, and of course to electoral commissions to also ensure that sign language interpretation is included and enhance our participation. Thank you so much. I submit.
Thank you, Honorable Member, for the submissions. Okay, Honorable Member.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker and colleague honorables. My name is Monguchi Davis. For purposes of record, issue number 3, meaningful youth participation, representation, and accountability. As it is crystal clear, meaningful youth participation. What are we talking about? Just to pick from my colleague honorable who earlier on echoed that we have to increase the number of the youth MPs and what of you. But before we can increase the number, what has the few who are representing, what have they done? Matters of youth, it has looked to me to be a rubber stamp. Like, take example, right now we're here for a very important deliberation on youth affairs. Where is the youth MP for our region? Where is he? Where are the city administration, the city administration, the officials, the mayor, the town clerk, the MPs? Where are they? How are they going to get our voices? These are questions we have to keep asking, and they do not have answers. So it all looks like we are masquerading and just a rubber stamp. Because we are talking here, we shall be talking here and talking, but there will be no answers to our questions. That's the meaning of meaningful youth participation. We may participate, yes, but will your voice be taken serious? That's the question. Because when at the end of the day, what we have spoken may remain here. The partners, if you check the list of invitations, there is a very long list of people who were invited for this important program. But they have decided to fix a security meeting when there is an important discussion going on here, and they're giving the security meeting as an excuse. That's what I'm talking about. We may be echoing things here, but it won't reach them, and there will be no practical decisions made on whatever we're echoing here. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Yes, Honorable, down there.
Yes, sir, thanks so much, Right Honorable Speaker.
Honorable, down there. Please be reminded, it's only the Speaker to appoint the next person. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Speaker. Once again, I'm Malice Michel. The biggest issue we have in participation with the youth is where there is no money, that's when youths are involved in very good numbers. And where there's money, there's a saying in our local language, afalale bawere. So when it's now time for something good, that's when youths are ignored. Picking from my colleague here, you will even see the image of the feedback after this participation. There are trainings organized like this, there are things we did like this, but what action has been taken or what other activity that we have gone out to the field and proved that this was after the what? The parliament. Do we have any? There's nothing. So if it's there, someone will remind me. So please and please, my prayers is, what belongs for youths is to be for youths. The 30% that is given for PDM, even if you follow down there, it doesn't reach 30%. You first go like this, this one, they are just going to enjoy it in a disco. They will begin provoking you from the cell level before you even reach to what? To the central or to the bigger stage of qualifying for this money. So my prayers is, if there is percentage that given for youths, it should be followed the right way. And if there are finances that are for youth in a city level, they should be given for youth activities. They should never be diverted to other activities. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Because of time, we'll adjourn the House shortly for like 10 minutes. Then we'll be back. But before that, I would give 1 minute to someone, Mr. Nguyo, to represent the duty bearers to comment on 1 or 2 issues that he feels are sensitive about the discussions.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. The protocol be observed. As said, my name is Nguyo Godfrey. I'm a former city councillor for Ivu North. The civil society. I'm the board chairperson, Reproductive Health Uganda. And there's a key issue, that's sexual reproductive health and rights. I'm very passionate about that. However, on the issues that have been discussed, first I want to extend my appreciation on top of what the others have done as far as the organization of this parliament is concerned. I want to thank the partners very, very much. I also want to thank you for raising pertinent issues as far as the youth development is concerned. I'm not going to talk to you to appease you as you may wish as young people. But as a person who has worked with the young people for over 15 years, I'm going to tell you some of the facts that we need to take as young people if we are to change the narrative. One of the key issues that I've picked from this discussion in the parliament is the issue of the high taxes towards the enterprises of the young people. I want to agree with you in totality. Uganda is one of the countries with the highest tax rates on businesses that we do. However, who makes laws concerning taxes? We need to know that it's the duty of the parliament to make laws concerning taxes. So therefore, from this discussion, I want to implore the leaders of the youth in your various capacities to come up with a memo to your respective channels of leaders of the young people in the parliament that if you look at West Nile, you have high rates of smuggling as far as business is concerned here. We have businesses that do not see their second birthday. The business starts today. Before reaching the 2 years, the business has collapsed because there are so many taxes and non-taxes which are imposed on these businesses. So my take from this is we need to engage the members of parliament to consider amending the tax of this country if that is to give a meaningful opportunity for young enterprises to survive for more than 2 birthdays. So if leaders, you need to take up with your various leadership. I also want to appreciate an issue about that the young people have businesses and they don't have markets to those businesses. I want to disagree with you in totality. Because right now, if you look at the demand for goods and services in this city. Mato has just explained some of them. The demand is very high, but even the supply is not there. Then also too, I want to challenge you as young people. We are in an era of 21st century where you have .com, we call it .com world, the era of technology. How do you use the available platforms of technology in your lives? Honorable Speaker, many people have become journalists. Many young people have become journalists. You have a smartphone, you can create a content, you post anything you want. TikTok has come, I think a year or two ago, young people have taken over TikTok. I want to ask you, how do you use TikTok as a media? How do you use Facebook? How do you use WhatsApp, LinkedIn, Xspace? How do you use them? If young people are not using the social media to post their nude pictures, they're not using social media to abuse others. They're not using social media to portray antisocial behaviors. What are young people using these spaces for? So therefore, I want to challenge you and say you already have a market, and the market is the social media platforms, those markets to have access to your goods and services. I know time is not our good ally. Allow me to just put two things. Most of the issues we are discussing here are post-mortem, as far as the challenges of young people are concerned. But we've not come to the real solutions. If you look at the issues of youth unemployment, the issues of high drug abuse, why are they rampant? Honorable Malone has tipped about it. You'll be able to witness that most of these issues are because of the poor parenting. Can I challenge you that before me and you begin to complain that my children do not listen to me, my children go and chew marungi, they go and smoke banky, can we be the change that we want to see? One, can we learn to have a planned family? Am I making sense? Have a plan before you start a family. That's one thing I want to tell you. If you've not gone into marriage, please, can we first plan our families before we enter into marriage? Have time for your children. The other antisocial behaviors will be free. Finally, as I conclude, there was an issue about marungi and the drug abuse. That Arua City Council is supposed to enact an ordinance to curb the consumption of these things. If I'm not mistaken, in 2022-2023, Parliament enacted Narcotic and Substance Act, something like that. And in that act, it provides that things like marungi, things like bangi are not supposed to be produced unless you are supposed to be licensed and you are producing it for making drugs. So Arua City as per now does not need to make any other ordinance because there is already a law passed by Parliament. We only ask our leaders of Arua City to implement that act to ensure that we have a regulation of this kind of nature. So I want to thank you very much because of the interest of time, but my recommendation would be, can we have this kind of discussions on frequent basis? Someone has recommended, can we take these discussions to the people? We are talking young persons. Aldo, who is already a young person, is listening to this discussion, but he's already transformed. He has the message. Can we take this message to that young person in Dadam right now who is chewing marungi, the one in Gurua Cell who is smoking bank right now? Can we take this kind of discussion to them? I beg to submit. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Right, Honorable. Mr. Geoffrey. And yes, with that said, we'll adjourn the House for 10 minutes, then we'll proceed after. Thank you.
Are you looking for a quality, affordable, and convenience all-in-one shopping experience in Arua City? Look no further. Get all your shopping done at Esomart Hypermarket. We are open 24 hours a day and 7 days a week, 24/7. Esomart Hypermarket, conveniently located in the heart of Arua City on Central Road, Plot 5 off Transport Road. Everything you need under one roof with friendly service you can rely on, from fresh groceries and food items to household essentials, electronics, beverages, wines, and much more. Enjoy quality products, friendly service, and a comfortable shopping experience. Anytime you need to shop, day or night, Esomart Hypermarket is always open. Esomart Hypermarket. Smart shopping starts here. For more information, please call 0774 752544.
Welcome to Dreamland Hotel, where luxury meets convenience. Experience the perfect blend of comfort and sophistication at our premier hotel. Step into your home away from home, where elegance and comfort converge. Our spacious and beautifully appointed rooms and suites are designed to meet your every need. Relax and unwind in our tranquil accommodations, complete with all amenities to ensure a restful and rejuvenating stay. Hosting a business event? Look no further. Our hotel offers cutting-edge conference facilities that are sure to impress your guests. From intimate board meetings to large-scale conferences.
Are you looking for a quality, affordable, and convenience all-in-one shopping experience in Arua City? Look no further. Get all your shopping done at Esomart Hypermarket. We are open 24 hours a day and 7 days a week, 24/7. Esomart Hypermarket, conveniently located in the heart of Arua City on Central Road, Plot 5 off Transport Road. Everything you need under one roof with friendly service you can rely on, from fresh groceries and food items to household essentials, electronics, beverages, wines, and much more. Enjoy quality products, friendly service, and a comfortable shopping experience. Anytime you need to shop, day or night, Esomart Hypermarket is always open. Esomart Hypermarket. Smart shopping starts here. For more information, please call 0774 752544.
Welcome to Dreamland Hotel, where luxury meets convenience. Experience the perfect blend of comfort and sophistication at our premier hotel. Step into your home away from home, where elegance and comfort converge. Our spacious and beautifully appointed rooms and suites are designed to meet your every need. Relax and unwind in our tranquil accommodations, complete with all amenities to ensure a restful and rejuvenating stay. Hosting a business event? Look no further. Our hotel offers cutting-edge conference facilities that are sure to impress your guests. From intimate board meetings to large-scale conferences, our versatile spaces and professional staff will ensure your event is a resounding success. Dive into a world of relaxation and bliss at our magnificent swimming pool. Bask in the warm sunshine as you lounge by the water or take a refreshing dip. Our poolside oasis offers the perfect escape, where you can unwind and soak up the serene atmosphere. Embark on a culinary journey at our exquisite restaurant, where flavors from around the world come together to tantalize your taste buds. From gourmet delicacies to local favorites, our talented chefs create culinary masterpieces that will leave you craving for more. Unwind and socialize at our vibrant bar and lounge, the perfect spot to enjoy handcrafted cocktails, fine wines, and a wide range of beverages. And let us take care of your every detail, making your time with us truly.
Coming soon on Host TV, the premiere of a brand new series, The Story of Lule, an epic tale of resilience and a mother's silent strength. Only Episode 1 of The Story of Lule premieres today. Watch it live on Host TV every Monday to Friday at 8 p.m. Follow us on all social media handles.
Witness the intense drama of Episode 2, the complicated birth of baby Lule, and the joy that followed at home. Catch all the drama live on Host TV. Follow us on all.
Attention Ugandans! Ebola is a dangerous but preventable disease. Watch for symptoms such as fever, weakness, vomiting, diarrhea, stomach pain, and bleeding. If someone shows signs of Ebola, avoid physical contact. Do not touch bodily fluids. Report the case to health authorities immediately. Protect yourself by washing hands regularly, avoiding contact with sick people, and following Ministry of Health guidelines. Early reporting saves lives. Stay alert, stay safe, and protect.
Hello everyone.
My name is Sophia.
And my name is Marcus.
And we are speaking to you on behalf of the Danish Network of Local Youth Councils.
First of all, let us send you the warmest greetings to all of you in the Community Youth Parliament. We are super excited to be cooperating with the Network for Active Citizens. It's truly inspiring to see all their efforts to strengthen youth involvement in Uganda.
Even though we all come from different contexts, we believe that we are not only the leaders of tomorrow, but also the leaders of today.
Through the Community Youth Parliament, you are creating spaces where young people can meet and influence the decisions that affect your communities. This is just like what we do with the local youth councils in Denmark. This is important.
Youth involvement is crucial to bring new perspectives, energy, and ideas to the table. We are so excited to strengthen this partnership and continue working together in the following years.
Tusind tak!
At the end of it all, the only thing we need to do is if we have more of these community youth parliaments.
It's one thing as young people that we are lacking. We need to hold our leaders accountable. My case here is there is a scenario that happened in Arua where Arua City Council passed this budget before the two divisions.
When a student government comes in, you allocated funds to be utilized for that particular government. Say for instance, if you allocated 80 million to operate within 1 year, one academic year of term of office, so it means you're supposed to utilize all this 80 million. By then, this 80 million will be allocated on quarterly basis for 4 quarters. So it means technically you will operate for 3 quarters.
Are you looking for a quality, affordable?
Introducing Host TV, your ultimate advertising destination. Get 50% discount offer today. Elevate your brand with Host TV. Available on YOTV, Afro Mobile, and Host Media app. We offer commercial advertising, live event broadcasting, streaming service, social media marketing, publication on dailywestnile.info. We are Host TV. Connect with us on all social media platforms. Host TV, exploring.
Looking for top quality uniforms, corporate wear, or custom printing that speaks excellence? Welcome to West Nile Garment and Printing Service Limited. We specialize in school uniforms, corporate attire, protective wear, embroidery, and screen printing, all crafted with precision, passion, and durability you can trust. At West Nile Garment, every stitch tells your story. Because your brand deserves the best, visit us today at Pro 35, Third House, Rhino Camp Road, or call 0392-548-308. West Nile Garment and Printing. Brand better, dress smart, print quality.
Every child deserves a chance at life. But malaria still claims the lives of many children every day. This doesn't have to be the case. The good news is, starting this April, you can protect your child with the new malaria vaccine to reduce the risks of severe malaria and possible death. And when combined with a mosquito-treated net and other malaria preventive measures, it offers even stronger protection. Make sure your child gets their first malaria vaccine dose at 6 months and completes the remaining doses by their second-year birthday. This vaccine is now part of your child's routine immunization schedule and is as essential as completing all other childhood vaccines, such as those for measles, polio, and yellow fever within the first 2 years. Give your child a chance at life by visiting your nearest health facility, offering vaccination and immunization services to protect your child against all immunizable diseases.
Gaga your way to Morocco with Uganda Cranes and MTN. Simply buy a Gaga bundle by dialing *100*0# and stand a chance to win a fully paid trip to Morocco. Gaga your way to Morocco with Uganda Cranes and MTN. Together, our fire is unstoppable. MTN. Terms and conditions apply. MTN Uganda is regulated by Uganda Communications Commission.
Miss the headlines? Afro Mobile brings you live TV on the go. Stay updated with the latest news, sports, and entertainment wherever you are. Afro Mobile is like carrying your TV in your pocket. Download now.
Looking for skills that lead straight to a job? Ready to turn your passion into a profession? Koro Technical and Business Management Institute is your gateway. Located in Gulu City, 4 kilometers along the Gulu-Kampala Highway. Choose from national certificate and diploma in high-demand fields like building and civil engineering, electrical installation, automotive mechanics, plumbing, welding, agriculture, fashion design and management. We have flexible schedules in a day, evening and weekend classes with intakes in January, April and August. Don't just dream it, build it. Koro Technical and Business Management Institute for Community Development. Register now and apply for the 2026-2027 admission. Your future starts at Koro.
Running out of data too fast? Here are quick tips for Android users to save MBs. Go to Settings, select Connections, select Data Usage, select Mobile Data Usage, select the app, then switch off background data usage. Download the My Airtel app to monitor your usage anytime. Switch on data saver mode. This blocks apps from secretly consuming data in the background. In Play Store, set up updates to Wi-Fi only. That way, updates won't eat up your bundles. With these simple tricks, your data goes farther.
Airtel.
We've got prices. Stream big and save bigger with your TV channels app. Enjoy your favorite shows, movies, comedy, local hits, kids content, and sports for just 1,000 shillings daily, plus a 4 GB data bonus. Better still, for just 2,500 shillings, grab the weekly bundle with 10 GB streaming data and a 3-day free trial. Don't wait. Download the OTV channels app now and take control of your entertainment. Pause, rewind, record, play, anytime, anywhere. Stream big, save bigger with your TV channels.
Okay, I hope you have your lottery ticket with you. The winning ticket for this week is 7, 24, 25, 36, 35, 10.
That's me. Oh, you said. That's me. That's me.
Whoever has the winning ticket, just come to our offices starting tomorrow with your national ID. I repeat, come with your national ID. Congratulations.
You have a name? Do you have a name? Do not be like Mueve. Visit a nearer registration center near you to get a NIN or renew your national ID today.
Are you looking for a quality, affordable, and convenience all-in-one shopping experience in Arua City? Look no further. Get all your shopping done at Esomat Hypermarket. We are open 24 hours a day and 7 days a week, 24/7. Esomat Hypermarket, conveniently located in the heart of Arua City on Central Road, Plot 5 off Transport Road. Everything you need under one roof with friendly service you can rely on, from fresh groceries and food items to household essentials, electronics, beverages, wines, and much more. Enjoy quality products, friendly service, and a comfortable shopping experience. Anytime you need to shop, day or night, Esomat Hypermarket is always open. Esomat Hypermarket. Smart shopping starts here. For more information, please call 0774 752544.
Welcome to Dreamland Hotel, where luxury meets convenience. Experience the perfect blend of comfort and sophistication at our premier hotel. Step into your home away from home, where elegance and comfort converge. Our spacious and beautifully appointed rooms and suites are designed to meet your every need. Relax and unwind in our tranquil accommodations, complete with all amenities to ensure a restful and rejuvenating stay. Hosting a business event? Look no further. Our hotel offers cutting-edge conference facilities that are sure to impress your guests. From intimate board meetings to large-scale conferences, our versatile spaces and professional staff will ensure your event is a resounding success. Dive into a world of relaxation and bliss at our magnificent swimming pool. Bask in the warm sunshine as you lounge by the water or take a refreshing dip. Our poolside oasis offers the perfect escape where you can unwind and soak up the serene atmosphere. Embark on a culinary journey at our exquisite restaurant, where flavors from around the world come together to tantalize your taste buds. From gourmet delicacies to local favorites, our talented chefs create culinary masterpieces that will leave you craving for more. Unwind and socialize at our vibrant bar and lounge, the perfect spot to enjoy handcrafted cocktails, fine wines, and a wide range of beverages. And let us take care of your every detail, making your time with us truly.
Coming soon on Host TV, the premiere of a brand new series, The Story of Lule, an epic tale of resilience and a mother's silent strength. Only Episode 1 of The Story of Lule premieres today. Watch it live on Host TV every Monday to Friday at 8 p.m. Follow us on all social media handles.
Witness the intense drama of Episode 2, the complicated birth of baby Lule, and the joy that followed at home. Catch all the drama live on Host TV. Follow us on all
Attention, Ugandans. Ebola is a dangerous but preventable disease. Watch for symptoms such as fever, weakness, vomiting, diarrhea, stomach pain, and bleeding. If someone shows signs of Ebola, avoid physical contact. Do not touch bodily fluids. Report the case to health authorities immediately. Protect yourself by washing hands regularly, avoiding contact with sick people, and following Ministry of Health guidelines. Early reporting saves lives. Stay alert. Stay safe and protect.
Hello everyone.
My name is Sophia.
And my name is Marcus.
And we are speaking to you on behalf of the Danish network of local youth councils.
First of all, let us send you the warmest greetings to all of you in the Community Youth Parliament. We are super excited to be cooperating with the Network for Active Citizens. It's truly inspiring to see all their efforts to strengthen youth involvement in Uganda.
Even though we all come from
Thank you so much. I know we had a brief rest and welcome back for the next session of this parliament. I'm going to be your chair. My name is Bakoko Gloria, the next speaker for the sitting. And as discussed, as said earlier on, we are still going to follow the rules that we already set. When you have an issue to raise, please stand up respectfully, and then in case you want to applaud someone for what they have presented, stomp your feet. You're not allowed to clap. And the people in the parliament, the honorables who are wearing caps, please can you remove the caps? You're not supposed to wear caps in the parliament. Anyone wearing a cap? Thank you. And lastly, be brief and precise, to the point. This, I'm going to give time for each one of us to talk, but we are here to discuss resolutions, solutions to the issues that are going to be moved. So please, as you're presenting, can you please go to your resolutions? You can analyze the issue, but most importantly, give us a recommendation, a resolution on how best we can handle the issue. And secondly, as you're presenting, let's keep time. If you are warned that it's already time, respectively stop what you're saying, or you are allowed to ask for more time. That is allowed. And with a permission from the speaker, you can continue. But if the speaker denies, please respectfully take your seat. And with that, I'm going to invite the clerk to take us to the next motion. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. Let me take this opportunity to welcome Honorable Asiteru Rachel to take us through motion to present issue paper on refugee protection, documentation, financing, and legal inclusion. Honorable Asiteru, you're welcome. Protocol observed. Protocol observed. I hereby stand to move the motion, refugee protection, documentation, financing and legal inclusion.
Let's get one of the members to second. I said you don't raise your hand, stand up, and that's how you can present. Please, let's have the other honorable. Sergeant, give the speaker to him.
By name, I'm called Adnan Bernard. I here stand up to second the motion.
Thank you. And with that, Honorable, you can continue.
Thank you so much, Speaker. The concept places refugee protection and integration at the center of the joint commemoration. It describes our city as a refugee hosting and affected local government and identifies the Youth Parliament as a specific platform for advocacy on refugee financing, improved refugee documentation, and legal protection. So, honorable members, some of the key issues for this motion are accessibility of refugee documentation and related services, access to legal protection, and awareness of rights and responsibilities, sustainable financing for refugee response, declining funding for refugee and migration management, meaningful participation of refugees and refugee youth in decisions affecting their lives, integration and peaceful coexistence between refugees and host communities, coordination among local government, OPM, UN agencies, refugee-led organizations, NGOs, CBOs, and community structures. So as we discuss all this, honorable members, there are some key questions that we are supposed to brainstorm on as we also brainstorm on the motion. And these questions are, what are the main barriers to refugee documentation and how can they be addressed? How can refugee youth participate more meaningfully in city planning, dialogue, and development initiatives? Then, what mechanisms can sustain financing for refugee response and integration at city level? Then, how can host community and refugee youth jointly participate in livelihoods, peace building, and social cohesion in initiatives? I beg to move.
Can we have someone to second before we open to the room? Okay. Please take your seat. Now, back to the parliamentarians. What do you have to say about the issue that has been presented? And I want us to know that if in the course of selecting people to speak, you're not chosen, you have a right to still vote at the end of the issue that is being raised. That will be your support to the motion or your agreement. When that time comes, I'm going to ask the whole room to vote whether the motion has to be taken into the policy document or not. That will be your time to also support or disagree with the motion. So, honorable members, you are free to deliberate on the issues that have been raised. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My name is Yakan Isaac Charles. I work for RedNet, that is Refugee Empowerment and Development Network, and I am one of the refugees. I appreciate the government of Uganda for the refugee open policy and for hosting over 1.9 million refugees. I want to take us back to the core pillars of the open door policy. One of it, the right of the refugee to work. However, when we do statistics, we realize that refugees
Technical team, do we have more speakers, microphones?
Refugees are only volunteers in some of the aspects, and this is something that needs to be addressed. What we should know, refugees are not burdens. These are people who come with opportunities and skills. We have high number of refugees who are educated, but sometimes you realize that the level of employment, it is not considered. Then protection. Most of the times we follow the laws and regulations of the country. However, we realize that when we reported a case to the police that needs the attention of the police tend to extort money or collect money from the refugees, and to some extent, you are not attended to and your issue is not addressed. I have one of the referent, that is Caesar, who lost a laptop. The police have so far collected 250,000 Ugandan shilling, and the thief is released without his consent. And these are issues that are affecting refugees. Not only that, one of the women also who contracted a welder to make for her a kiosk. This welder is owing someone money, and the woman came and picked the kiosk. This person is put also in jail and also released. This is something that needs our attention. After following, this police is also demanding more money from this woman, and this is someone who is already vulnerable. Our major issue is we don't have someone who represents the refugees in either in the police stations or someone who can speak to them. When you try to pass or to seek consultation from the next person to help you, this person is still demanding money. And there is a belief that especially South Sudanese are rich, and this is something that is affecting us. Then the next issue is in the health. I'm summarizing. Can you give me a minute? This is a matter of concern that needs our attention. In the health center, yesterday I was in the hospital. 3 women from Osea, they were discharged 2 days ago, and they stayed there for 2 days. No attention, no ambulance to come and pick them, and the boy has a cannula, and the cannula was not removed. And this is a child who is not longer receiving medication. When I confirmed, the nurse said let it be like that. You see, that is one of the negative ideology which is affecting our community. I want to bring to our notice, refugees are not burden. There are many opportunities that are come into this country because of the influx of the refugees. And how you treat the refugee, it is also something that needs to be concerned. In summary, my prayers is, can we have policy reforms? Can we ensure that at least when there is issue, let it be addressed? Into the health sector, can we have a refugee desk to address issues that affect refugees? I beg to submit. Thank you so much.
As I mentioned earlier on, please, it is more important for you to give us the recommendations. Yes, these challenges exist. We need the recommendations. If you're going to take time to elaborate and keep elaborating without giving tangible solutions, this debate will not make meaning. So let's go. After deliberating, please give us your prayers, your recommendations. What do you think should be done? Let me have the other honorable in the middle. Yes, you. Allowed. Thank you so much for that point of order. It's not allowed. So let's rephrase from doing that. henceforth, please, these are all honorable members of the parliament. Let's address them accordingly. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Once again, my name is Mitch Michelle. I'm a lawyer with FIDA Uganda, and I would like to give a legal perspective on the issue of access to legal protection and awareness of rights and responsibilities. So I want to go straight to the solutions because of time. Number one, we have a Chief Magistrate's Court and a High Court here in Arua. So the way these court sessions are had, we have mobile court sessions where rather than going to High Court physically, the magistrate can move into the refugee camp and hear cases of refugees. So my recommendation is that if there is a need and there are very many cases in these camps or in the refugee community, you can liaise with FIDA or any other legal aid service provider. We reach out to court, to the magistrate, and they organize for court sessions to take care of the cases of the refugees. And at the same time, when they are doing this, they can also do awareness in these camps. And as for the refugees that are in the city, we have the city court. At city court, we have one magistrate, but we have a problem of case backlog. City court is overcrowded. There are very many youth.
Sorry about that.
Thank you. As I was saying, city court is packed, the magistrate there is overwhelmed. There are very many young criminals going to city court, and she only handles cases in the city. So she's overwhelmed. They are just planning to add her a magistrate to help her in her role. So we see that there's an issue of crime in the city, not only by youth, but also by refugees and other persons. So I think there we should liaise with the city. Whenever we are there at court, we always have DCC meetings. They are called District Chain Linked Committee meetings. In these meetings, we address issues related to access to justice, and each sector is represented. My cry is that let the city reach out to court to be included in these meetings, either through the mayor and address their issues.
Thank you, please.
Lastly, let me just conclude with this. We can also get a focal person from the refugee community and recommend their name to the magistrate so that they can always air out the legal issues that refugees are facing in the legal space so that they are handled on time. That's both at police and at prison. I beg to submit. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable. Let me have the other honorable there in the court, blue court. I pointed this side.
Okay, thank you, Madam Speaker. I would like to give my recommendation on one of the key issues for this debate. That is the sustainable financing for refugee response amid the declining funding of the refugees and their migration. Madam Speaker, it's not lost on me that Arua City actually is one of the hosts for the refugees that is not highly recognized. You'll find out that most of the refugees that are hosted by Yumbe and Madiokolo, they migrate to Arua City and stay here as they get the other government services of Arua City. What do I recommend? government should consider Arua City as one of the host districts actually, being a city anyway, such that the government services, maybe the health, education, a budget can be allocated to cater for this. Because you go to the hospitals, the refugees are also accessing medications from these health centers we have within Arua City. And of course, government budgets for these refugees in terms of the health and the education in the refugee hosting districts, not Arua City, which is not one of the refugee hosting districts. Then, two, I would like to also say that for refugees, youth to be meaningfully represented, why can't we have a youth representative who is a refugee in the city council? Thank you so much, Madam Speaker.
Thank you so much. Please hand the microphone over to the other gentleman. This side.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. My name is Peter Omar. A Sudanese refugee in Uganda. I have a concern to raise on the motion which was moved on order paper number 9. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to talk on the issue of theft in line with the specific areas in Arua. Esmas, around Concord, close to Zebra Corner, then Zebra, around, St. Cyril. Those areas are the most areas which are affecting the Sudanese. If you come in terms of theft, Madam Speaker, we Sudanese and Congolese, we are facing these challenges in a way that we are being detected by the thieves. They will realize this person is a foreigner, then he's detected. And if you informally see that the people, this community around or this area has theft, they are stealing people, LC will not report. If you reach to the same place, they are still there standing. Meaning that we foreigners or refugees, we are not being valued or respected. Actually, I urge the government at least to look into this solution of overcoming these challenges of refugees being suffered. Important things have been stolen from them, phones, gadgets, and in specific, those ones who are traveling and those ones who are coming from outside. These are the most people who are targeted, and those ones who are going to deposit the money from them in the bank, and those ones who are withdrawing from the bank. These are the most people who are targeted. Only 1 minute.
No, I'm not stopping you, but I would want you to go to the resolutions because I'm not picking any resolution.
Madam Speaker, issue of racism. In the schools, we are not given a chance to pay specific fees like citizens. I also urge the government, at least, or I recommended the government to look into the issue of refugees, to look us as also citizens. Thank you. And also the issue of discrimination. You find citizens saying that this is a Sudanese very tall, describing someone in a specific manner which is not good.
Please, thank you. Your time
With this,
is
I
up.
beg to submit. Thank you.
The other gentleman down there.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. I want to move on my motion on the point of there is what we call peaceful coexistence between refugees and host communities. I'd like to say that the government of Uganda is doing well for the refugees. We thank the government so much. My move is,
Thank you for that point of information. Please, Honorable, can you go to your resolutions concerning the motion that has been moved?
Yeah, the motion is about peaceful coexistence. That's what I'm saying. Yes, the government is doing well for host and the refugee. But now, some moments come, these refugees always come when they are not peaceful in some offices. What I could request is whenever they visit some of the host communities, they must have that peaceful means such that they are catered for. Now, second view is in some organizations, the refugee hosting communities are totally neglected.
Order.
Whenever
Honorable, I'm about to allow you walk out. Can we avoid micro meetings as you're here, please?
Honorable Speaker, I'm moving with the point that in some hosting communities, the members are totally neglected just because whatever the refugees are getting, sometimes it envies the host communities. I would suggest that whenever there is something little given to refugees, host communities should also get some part such that they live peacefully. It is absurd when a member is getting something, then you who is a neighbor, you don't get. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm picking one more, Honorable, and we'll conclude. Please.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Malice Michel is my name. Motion 9. Well, I'm just going to talk about the treatment we have on our refugees that we hosted in Arua City or in Uganda generally. We should treat them as our brothers. That is my prayer number 1. 2, we should also coordinate with the neighboring country like Sudan and Congo. The way they treat our own citizens in their land is not good. So some of these things comes as retaliation. You cannot treat someone's neighbor or someone's child good at your home and your own is suffering in the other home. So it will affect you in this home to begin mistreating this child who is for somebody also. So therefore, let us coordinate these neighboring countries and treat ourselves as brothers and sisters of East Africa. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm making an exception. Gender balance. I need a lady because I've been picking gents.
Thank you very much for that inclusion. Madam Speaker and honorable members, I want to make a suggestion on the issue on coordination among local government, OPM, UN agencies, refugee-led organizations, NGOs, CBOs, and community structures in regards to refugee protection, documentation, financing, and legal inclusion. Honorable members, as you're aware that OPM is the refugee desk in Uganda, and we recognize the presence of our refugees in the city, but this declaration has not been put forward by OPM and UNHCR. And when you look at the projects implemented in the refugee settlements, 50% goes to the refugees and 50% goes to the host community. That means the host community living around the refugee camp. It used to be 70-30, but currently it's 50% each. So I want to say that peaceful coexistence has been there. We had the Rehope component, the model, where both refugees and host community coexist and they form a group to do all what they do in a camp together. And that is one of the models that has been promoted and being handled by many of these partners. So my prayer is that through the Speaker, Madam Speaker, that Office of the Prime Minister, UNHCR, should have a declaration that there are refugees who are existing in the city so that they are intentionally put in plan by the city council, but also the government of Uganda, so that they can easily participate or be included in all the development processes in the city. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And with that, I'm not picking more hands. Yes.
If you see from the previous speakers, 2 to 3 of them have been talking about coexistence. But here, from the order paper I'm seeing, it is refugee protection, documentation, financing, and legal inclusion.
Thank you.
For that, and I want to remind you, Madam Speaker, that when a honorable member is deliberating, we understand the time is not on our side, but there are some motions, they are touching. So when one is deliberating, maybe at the end of the day, will give us a tangible deliberation. So please, you sympathize with them, let them finish, so that we can get fruit of what we're discussing here. I beg to submit. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Member. But if I said it clearly at the start, I mentioned that in case you feel you have not articulated enough, you can always request for more time. I thought I made that clear. So by the time, yes, please.
Procedure. Right, Honorable Madam Speaker, I have a procedural matter to raise. Looking at the speaker who was speaking was interrupted by my colleague Honorable Toko, yet he was not granted the permission to, of course, submit his point of information. Is it procedure right, Madam Speaker, for our speaker to speak without being granted? Thank you.
Thank you so much for that point of procedure. I was actually coming to that. I appreciate all the information or all the information you're trying to raise, but please, we had our ground rules. Honorable Toko, I appreciate that, but next time, please take permission. Otherwise, I might be forced to walk you out. Okay. Now, as I was saying previously, that you mentioned that the motion that was moved is different from what people are deliberating about. Reason why I did not stop them from deliberating was because the motion that has been moved is in line with the cross-cutting issues. That is the 9th issue that has been put on the paper. As much as when I am deliberating, I can bring examples from a different point of information to debate on a motion that is at hand. You understand? So I hope we have cleared the air on that. And as I said, I'm not taking more hands. Before I invite the motion mover to summarize, I'm going to invite a duty bearer who thinks they have something or a response towards the issues that have been deliberated to come and respond before we invite the motion mover to come and conclude. I'm only picking one duty bearer, and as I said, you have a right to either support the motion or disagree with it. And after this, that's where I'm going to give you the platform to either agree with the motion or you disagree with it before we come to the conclusion that it can be included in the policy document that is going to be submitted to the city. I hope I've made myself clear.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. As I said, I'm called Bayo Francis, the former Youth Council Chairperson of Naive Division, right now the NRM Youth League Chair, Arua City. It's a pleasure to be here. I only have 2 issues to put across. There was an issue which was raised by one of the representatives of one of the partners here in the room, who say that money has been extorted by police from refugees. I would like to ask a question. What did you do at that time when the incident happened before today's discussion? If you are presenting the issue today, this is a post-mortem. For how long has the person suffered without you helping the person? We, the leaders, we are here. To whom did you report the case? Because the office of RCC is there. What we need is a coexistence. I would like to apologize for what happened, if it is true that it happened. When we are here, please, we need to help one another. Our friends who are here, those from Congo, those from Sudan who are here, we should not look at them as enemies. These are people with whom we are supposed to relate. These are people with whom we are supposed to work together, even in our villages, even in my family where I come from, some rent house from me. I look at them as my brothers and sisters. So if such a case happened in your presence, please, you handle it there and then, other than reporting it when the person has suffered up to that extent. So it is an apology that it happened. Secondly, there was a submission by one of the speakers that some of the refugees are treated here badly because on the other side, citizens are also treated badly. It is a kind of retaliation. I would like to apologize if we have refugees who have been treated badly here in Uganda. We are not supposed to retaliate. Recently, we have an engagement in Kampala with the IOM. We raised this same issue. We said, why is it that our citizens are treated badly in Congo, but here we live with them as brothers and sisters? They told us, you people, we know how our citizens are treated there in Congo. We know how our citizens are treated there in Sudan. But remember, Congo was colonized by a different country, which was Germany. Then Uganda was colonized by British. So they have different ways of administration. What we can tell those people is that they need to adjust in the way they treat citizens from Uganda. What we can tell people from Sudan is that they need to adjust in their ways of treating people from Uganda, because we are now in the East African community. So as we are here, as we live with them, we should not retaliate. We should not thinking of the challenges our people go through in other countries, because we are now in the East African community. Let's live as brothers and sisters. I beg to submit, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you so much. And before I invite the motion mover, please let's have Honorable come and say a word or two about the motion that has been moved, because he's a duty bearer.
Yeah. Thank you. Kinobi. Ana shukuru zaidi. Lakini aju azolta ulana bana aju na lawyer tafida. Kiro wedine na namba to kalam kiro munao nina fi kalam tani. Ore kalam taulan. Kalam da tinene anajo wedi majibu na brother tai abukele mgaligi treaty Uganda ni batale au fi Sudan au fi Congo. Kiro waro fi soko lwai dema anasa big treat Uganda na au batali fi Congo au Sudani, de maraia, de ma civilian, the rebels. Kero arfu bele tenare kulu fifi vita. Inendi rebels na ya umongi treat anasi batali. Kere makunu besi gali kalamu o sokolede o ma Congolais. Ata ina Congolese kanina Arua kama gitreatina the same way. Gitreatina jene. Itaini muso yake do famu wedele soko la kana na juono su kala mana jo asadwini kala mu refugee protection ana jo protection tena fi Arua ikunu kefini ni protectina kefini fi kalama duga fi satani na gro la di ja akuta ikele mna kalamta ta polisi ta ele ata fi ele siwan gitretina ma seme itaini muso girasul bakanu haya atakanita bio inaende haki tabio turafi Uganda ma why ana ini kama katifu documentation ana jarufu maana ta documentation de sunu maana to inaende right ta logo document ta Uganda inaweza apply kalamta talata financing ana Jones kalamta financing de ina kanirua fi banki na jo loan giti pune na problem tatura tatura wakitali madokument tatura.
Please summarize, Honorable.
Yeah, slow. Ina baga ina logo document lewe ni logo sheria ta Uganda rusi na mabio tura. Ita ni mustamusho. Anagasa dukere umunjare bukamana ainu kifin inagiishi Uganda ni makongola au Sudan seme. Asante.
Thank you. At least I had the Asante. I didn't hear the rest. So let's have our translator, please.
Yes, sir. First and foremost, I am called Abdul Salam Lesson. I thanked you, Madam Speaker, for having given him the chance. And he was requesting, he thanked the person who spoke on behalf of FIDA. If possible, she should avail him with her contact because he has things to do in a line with that office. To the concern the brother raised that we, the citizens, are being treated so bad in other countries like Congo or Sudan. He's saying that it's not the citizen doing so, but it's the rebels that are mistreating these people. He talked of documentation, that as being refugees, don't they have rights to documentation? It's a question duty bearers are here at an appropriate time. I believe answers will be given to him. Then he also questioned that don't they have rights to acquire a land? And he also said the last that how best can the refugees coexist with the host community? Thank you. Those were his submissions and questions to say.
Thank you so much, Honorable. And as mentioned about the questions that he asked, we are going to have duty bearers to answer that at an appropriate time. But before then, I would wish to welcome the motion mover to come and give us a summary. And we either agree with the motion or we disagree before we move to the next. We have one last motion. Please bear with us.
Thank you, Speaker. Well, some of the prayers that you gave, our honorable members, was one, in line with representation. There is need to increase refugee presentation in various forums or platforms like health. Then, in line with representation as well, there is need to have a refugee representative who is in the youth council. Then there is need to liaise with legal entities such as FIDA to solve the issues that are rising within communities and to orient the people as well. Then a focal person from refugee community that helps to air out the various challenges that the refugees are facing. And then there is need to eliminate stereotypes that refugees have money and later on being attacked. Then refugees paying, there is need to stop the fact that refugees are paying money more than nationals. Then coordinate with other countries on how best to treat refugees. Then strengthen models that strengthen coexistence within refugees and nationals. So these were prayers given by the honorable members. Then as the August House, these are some of the prayers that were given. One, advocating for advocate for accessible, timely and responsive refugee documentation services. There is need to strengthen awareness and referral pathways for legal protection and rights, promote refugee youth representation in relevant dialogue and development platforms, support joint host refugee youth initiatives for livelihoods, peace building, environmental action and community service, strengthen coordination and information sharing among city authorities, refugee structures, and partners. Thank you. I beg to submit.
Thank you very much. As I mentioned earlier, now is your time to either support the motion or disagree with the motion before we can see whether we can put it on the policy paper to be presented. So if you agree with the motion, you say aye. But if you disagree with the motion, you say nay. So who agrees with the motion? Okay, you're going to say it at the same time. I want to hear which side has more voice. That's how we do the voting, okay? So, please go on. Thank you. So, I takes that day, meaning this motion is going to be adopted to be included in the policy document. And with that, please take your seat. And with that, I will invite the clerk to welcome the last motion mover to present.
Thank you, Madam Right Honorable Speaker. Let me take this opportunity to welcome Honorable Pima Zeria Swadik to take her through motion to present issues on adolescents, sexual and reproductive health and rights. Honorable Swadik, you're most welcome.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members of the August House, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, everyone. By names, I'm called Honorable Pimer Zuria Swadik. I am the Female Youth Councillor for Arua Central Division. I rise to move a motion on adolescent sexual and reproductive health and rights. I beg to move.
Please, let's have someone. Yes, please.
Thank you very much. I'm Honorable Kasa Razaki. I second.
Please go on and convince us that this motion really has to be put in the policy paper.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker and honorable members in the August House. When you talk of adolescent sexual reproductive health and rights, this means that every young person between the age of 10 to 19 years have a right to get correct information about their body, sex, puberty, and relationship. Every young person within this age bracket must know what is normal or abnormal in their body. Like girls, they need to know why do they menstruate and what happens before and after menstruation. For instance, the boys, they need to know why is the deepening happening and at what stage does the deepening of the voice happen. And they also need to know what a healthy relationship is, what is respect in a relationship, what is sexual harassment in a relationship, such that they are not used. And adolescent sexual reproductive health right also means a young person of this age bracket has a right to access health services that are private and affordable, like clinics, HIV testing, counseling, contraceptive, and sanitary pads without judgment, without discrimination, and other things. Adolescent sexual reproductive health also has right to be protected. These young persons of this age bracket has right to be protected from sexual violence, early pregnancies, early marriage. Adolescents has right to feel safe at home. They have right to feel very safe at school. A community must protect them when there is any sexual harassment in either school or in the community. The community needs to rise at large. Right Honorable Speaker, the question is, are our adolescents really enjoying these rights? I can proudly say no. That is why we are here. Therefore, adolescents constitute a significant proportion of Uganda's population and represent an important demographic opportunity for the country's social and economic development. However, many adolescents continue to face barriers to accessing sexual and reproductive health information, of which they face challenges of fear of being judged. This fear comes from the community, this fear comes from the parents, this fear comes from the health providers. The health providers don't keep their information confidential. They have that fear, and the community have that fear of saying, so and so was seen at the health facility. I think he or she is sexually active. Adolescents have fear of such. And they also have problems of lack of confidentiality. The health care providers are not confidential about their information. You disclose your information to this, and you're already listening this same information to the with the other person, so they don't feel safe. And also stock out. Sometimes they go at the clinics or they go at the youth-friendly spaces, and you find they are stock out. There are no condoms, there are no contraceptives, so they feel disgust, or they don't get that zeal of going to the facilities or to the youth-friendly spaces. Some facilities require parental consent. Yeah, you go to so these adolescents go to the facilities and the providers seek consent from the parents. And yes, some parents are against this. I am seeking for a contraceptive because I know what I've done, or I know what I'm going to do, but you first want me to go and seek for a consent from my parents, which sometimes I fear. I have that shame. Therefore, adolescent pregnancy remains a significant public health, education, protection, and development concern in Uganda. In West Nile, adolescents experience additional vulnerabilities associated with poverty, limited access to services, as I explained, early marriages.
Please summarize.
Gender inequality, sexual-based violence, and displacement. And humanitarian conditions. These challenges can be particularly pronounced among adolescents living in refugee settlements, host communities, and undeserved peri-urban areas. Arua City, as a refugee hosting and affected local government, has a responsibility to ensure that adolescents and young people can access appropriate, confidential, non-discrimination, age-appropriate health information services. Strengthening ASRH is therefore not only a health issue, but also an education, protection, gender equality, human rights, and development priority. Although Uganda has established policies and programs addressing adolescents, health gaps remains between policies, commitments, and implementation at community and service delivery levels. Barriers may include stigma, as I pointed earlier, fear of marriages, limited awareness of available activities, inadequate youth-friendly spaces. Ideally, we have inadequate friendly spaces. We have only one in Oli that is, I think, inactive. If it's functional, it's not on daily basis. Point social and gender norms in confidentiality concern, as I say, providers are not confidential about the information that adolescents disclose to them. Limited referral system and insufficient engagement of adolescents in the design and monitoring of service. The Youth Parliament therefore considers adolescents' sexual and reproductive health and rights an important issue requiring coordinated action by Arua City Council, health facilities, schools, communities, parents and caregivers, civil societies, organization, development partners, and other relevant stakeholders. All right, Honorable Speaker and the honorable members in the August House, allow me go through the key issues for the debate. First is limited access to accurate, age-appropriate, and evidence-based information on adolescent sexual and reproductive health rights. Ideally, young people are growing up confused. They really want to know what is happening in their body, but we get these rumors from TikToks, people's pages, instead of getting them from schools. This is what we are discussing for this debate. Secondly is limited availability and accessibility of adolescent and youth-friendly health services, particularly underdeserved communities. As I said earlier, there are very few youth-friendly spaces within the city. The ones we have are inactive, or if they are functioning, they must not be functioning on a daily basis.
Summarize.
Adolescent pregnancy and its consequences for education, health, economic opportunities, and social well-being. As we all know, early pregnancy destroys a young girl. School health, changes to get a job, and her dignity is ruined. Early and forced marriage and other harmful practices affecting adolescents, like the female genital mutilation, circumcision of the females. And we have sexual and gender-based violence, exploitation and abuse affecting adolescents in both host and refugee communities. Many adolescents are forced into sex for survival, and some are beaten, and some are asked and dumped. Next is stigma, fear of discrimination, and confidentiality concerns that may discourage adolescents from seeking appropriate health service. That is self-explanatory. And we have gaps in referral pathways between schools, community, health facilities, protection, actors, and other service providers. Honorable Speaker, we have schools, clinic, police, and NGOs, but these people are not connected. When a student gets a problem at the school does not connect with the police, and the police does not connect with the partners. So we have that as a challenge. And the need of meaningful adolescent participation in the planning, delivery, and monitoring of programs. Adolescents must be included in planning and other things. You know, the real solution is gotten from where the problem is. When you have a problem, when I go direct to you, I will definitely get the solution from you. So adolescents must be included in every planning. Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. There are questions for duty bearers that I'm going to read through. The first question is brief. Yeah. Make it brief. It's okay. The first question is, what SRA-HR services are currently available and accessible to adolescents in Arua City? How can health facilities strengthen adolescent and youth-friendly service delivery? What measures are being taken to prevent adolescent pregnancy and school dropout while ensuring adolescents have access to appropriate health information and support? How can school parents, caregivers, communities, and health providers work together to improve adolescent health and protection? What mechanisms exist for adolescents to safely report sexual and gender-based violence and access appropriate protection, health, psychosocial, and services? How are refugees, adolescents, and adolescents from host communities be included in SR, HR programming and service delivery? What measures are in place to protect confidentiality and non-discrimination when adolescents seek health information and services? How can Arua City strengthen referral and coordination mechanisms among schools, health facilities, community structure, and protection actors? Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. I beg to move.
Thank you so much. I gave her ample time because I needed her to convince you whether we should adopt this motion or not. Now, it's time to get to know whether she was able to convince you or not. Because you can deliberate in support or against the motion that has been moved. But at the end of it, please let's come up with concrete resolutions that can help us in guiding issues that will be coming up. Thank you. Over to the honorables. Please, the floor is open.
Thank you so much, Madam Honorable Speaker. I'm called Hayat Faiza, a peer educator for Naguru Teenage, implementing the SheSoars project in IVE Division. As Naguru Teenage, we target in Arua City, IVE Division, the 4 sub-counties, Dadam sub-county, Oluko sub-county, Pajulu sub-county, and Adomi sub-county. I will go straight forward on where I can speak very well. The question is, how can health facilities strengthen adolescent and youth-friendly service delivery? Thank you so much for that. First, I will talk about in Naguru Teenage or in our former sub-counties, whereby we have this one, introduction of that. We have a community scorecard in the facilities where communities, it is an activity where communities come up together to improve on the service delivery in the health facilities. I will request Arua City or Central Division to adopt the community scorecard for the other facilities like Oli Health Center and also Arua Referral Hospital. Allow me also talk about introduction of focal persons for adolescents in Naguru Teenage or in our former sub-counties where we work. We have focal persons attending the adolescents. For example, in Dadamu we work in Orivu Health Center 3, and then in Oluko we are in Riki Health Center 3, and then we have Pajulu Health Center 3, and finally Adomi Health Center 4. We all have focal persons attending the adolescents. I would request Arua City to also have focal persons attending adolescents in the other facilities like Oli. I will also talk about introduction of playing materials. I would suggest the health facilities should also adopt the culture of introducing, like the other for IVE Division, we are only in 4 sub-counties. If Arua City could reach a hand and also reach to all other sub-counties that are in IVE Division, so that they make sure that the introduction of playing materials to all the other facilities are inclusive.
Thank you.
Yes, finally, allow me to conclude. Yes, we also have the presence of the youth-friendly corner. Like for example, in the dam we have at Otokwa, and also presence of the youth-friendly days every Wednesdays. If you reach to the four facilities I've told you, the 4 facilities of IVE Division where SheSoars project is implemented, you may find out that there are presence of the peer educators who give health education to the adolescents on every Wednesdays. And also,
thank you. Please take your seat.
All right, thank you so much.
I'm going to pick people who have not spoken so that at least everyone has a chance to speak. So if I've not picked you, don't feel bad. down, and then we can come to you after, okay?
Thank you, Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. My name is called Asibazio Godlive. I work for FIDA Uganda as the psychosocial officer. The question is, what are the SRHR services currently available? I would start by saying to the youth, are we using the available services? Because one of the excuses one of the health centers gave us, because I've been following closely about the SRHR services for the youth and the youth-friendly corners. They said they have been having the services, but the youth are not coming for them. Then, secondly, I'm going to answer the question of the confidentiality bit. As councillors, we are always confidential to every information. To add on that, FIDA Uganda offers free counseling services to everyone. But I've never seen any youth coming for the services. Can we start coming for the services instead of us discussing that they are not there? They're already there. Some of them are there, but maybe the information is not there. We are not accessing. Then,
please give us your recommendations.
My recommendation is like how to report the sexual reproductive health. As FIDA Uganda, we do GBV cases. We start from counseling, then we follow up the cases, what's brief. So you can always liaise with us to report cases. Trust the counselors you get. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please bring to this other gentleman here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. I'm called Onzima Twalib, a youth leader. I wanted to say something based on adolescents or health rights concerning the youth. There are a number of factors which normally affects these youths or these adolescents in our communities. One of it is, I can say, as the other colleague said, that GBV. It's affecting some of these youths in our communities or at various homes. As a result, most of these youths may not understand what is right or what is good for them when they're experiencing some of these things concerning their different ages. So here my point is, my resolution or when it comes to how can schools, parents, caregivers, communities, and health providers work together to improve adolescents' health and protection. Just request the schools to organize street talk to make these youths to understand what they are supposed to do, what is right for them, especially concerning their private life and the private part. The other thing is organizing family dialogue in a way that these parents should understand the challenges faced by these adolescents, so that it will also help them to identify what they are going through, and it will also make these adolescents to understand and move well concerning their issues at home. The other one is girl side education. we need to promote that. Then considering girls as a source of wealth. Thank you.
Thank you. As I said, I'm going to give a privilege to people who have not spoken. So if you know that you spoke before, please do yourself justice and do not stand. Because I'm picking people who have not spoken. Down. Yes? Order. Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. My name is Gloria and I work for ACAF. I just want to point at key issue number 1, that is about accurate, age-appropriate, evidence-based information for our adolescents. What I want to add briefly with the resolution is, as stakeholders, we may design very beautiful program activities, but there is a certain group of people we may have left behind. That is the parents. Before I became an adolescent, I was staying with my parents. There's a gap where some parents even fear to speak to their children about issues of sexual reproductive health, including menstruation. So for me, my resolution is, as we are going forward with promoting the rights of adolescents, let us design programs or projects that are inclusive of the parents who should be empowered to be able to speak to their own children before it even reaches outside stakeholders. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Thank you for your submission. Please, if you have spoken before, this is simple English. Gently take your seat. Yes, please.
Now, we wait for the ones who have not spoken until they raise up so that they will be given an opportunity.
Thank you very much. But from where I'm seated, I can see many people who have not spoken before standing up. Please, you can take your leave if you feel you're not comfortable with sitting here. But as I said, I'm giving an opportunity to people who have not spoken. We are not going to allow the same people to talk and allow others not to speak. I'm not going to be partial. Yes, please.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. My name is Dribaro Claudia at Guru Teenage Center, and I'm going straight to the question that say, how are refugee adolescents and adolescents from host communities being included in adolescent sexual and reproductive health and rights, programming and service delivery? I'm bringing this in a very broader way, in a way that we have organizations having toll-free helplines. We have Ministry of Health that is also dealing with giving information and also service delivery for the young people. We have the Sauti number that is also meant for, generally it is meant for young people as well to get information. Then thirdly, now Groutinate Center has its own toll-free helpline and is basically meant for service delivery, referrals and linkages. So my prayer to this point is we needed to give an awareness, we create an awareness to the young people to know the existence of these toll-free helplines. Several of them, we have to create linkages for these young people in order for them to get information relating in their lives, how to make rightful decisions for their health, for their future. I beg to stop here. Thank you so much.
I'm picking one more hand. The gentleman in the middle, please submit.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker, and our colleague partners. By names, I'm called Fatah Yassin. I'm a youth leader. I'm giving my deliberation on the question that says, what measures are being taken to prevent adolescent pregnancy and school dropout while ensuring adolescents have access to appropriate health information and support? Dear colleague honorables, this is a very serious concern. It's a matter of a boy and a girl child. Not only the ladies are only experiencing that, like us, the boys, we do. I give an example. I had a friend at school. Whenever that stage begins, he always tells us that he feels some cough is disturbing him, and knowing that that is the changes in the body. So this goes to other stakeholders and the parents, that we need to sensitize and brainstorm our children that such things are happening. It's a request from me that the government has put a lot of emphasis on training senior man teachers. Mostly when you go to schools, you only realize senior woman teachers. You wonder where the senior man teachers. So this makes it at least quite reasonable for the girl child to understand, and for us the boys, we're being marginalized. So I'm deliberating that if our request could have been taken into considerations, all of us should be treated equally. I beg to stop here. Thank you.
Can I have, okay. Thank you so much. As I said, that was the last hand. I'm not picking another. So please take your seats. And I mentioned previously, if you want to agree with the motion or give your support, the whole room has a chance to do that, and we will get to that time, whereby you either say aye or nay, to see that we know it's a burning issue. If I'm going to allow many people to speak, everyone in the room will want to speak. So with that, I'm closing the room. The other side, your presentations, I'm not picking any other, but rather, I'm going to invite a duty bearer who has something to say about what has been presented. And after that, we'll invite the motion mover to come and conclude. Excuse me, Honorable Toko. Please, let's have some order. If you have a problem, can you gently move out? Thank you very much. Please move out. Sergeant, escort him. No, I'm not listening to you. Please move out. No. Thank you. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. I want to take this opportunity to thank you for giving me the chance. My name is Zenato Simon. I am the first youth councillor of Arua City Council, and currently I have graduated from Ugandan youth to East African youth. So you can understand that one at an appropriate time. I'm the Secretary for Finance, NRM Youth League Arua City. Our role is nowadays to follow Chisanza No Sleep, which is ongoing. I just want to respond on a few issues which were raised by members, and one or two questions which is directed here to the duty bearers. Madam Speaker, we have had a number of such kind of parliament since in our term of office up to now. The new leadership has taken it from us. They are continuing with it. But most times, when you call the leaders who are supposed to be real implementers, they don't respond like the way we expected. It is only the partners that always hear our cries and respond to our cries. I want to, in a special way through you, to appreciate them for always not forgetting Arua City. May the good, clean water of donation follow you people wherever you apply. I want to talk about briefly about the question that is here on the order paper, because I did not see much question raised from the members. The question that I want to respond is that about the first question, which is what ASRHR services are currently available and accessible to adolescents in Arua City. Madam Speaker, if you look at our facilities in the entire city, most of them are having friendly corners, and most of the facilities are also have specific days for adolescents. But it is only us, the young people, who are not aware about these programs in these facilities. It now takes us, the partners and the community, the youth leaders, to go down and sensitize young people. Most of them are not aware, and when they fall sick, they tend to go and they buy drugs from drug outlets, not going to visit the facilities. And others also say that if they fall sick, when you take Maruji, you'll be healed. Or you take alcohol. I don't know I don't know who bewitched them, but we need to sensitize them and give them rightful guidance such that we move on. And the second question is about how can health facilities strengthen adolescents and youth-friendly services deliveries. When we were in the office in the last 5 years, we prioritized, we fought hard to make sure that we appropriate some budget under health department. You know, health department gives money quarterly to all these facilities. There's that money that is uniformly, and then the other one is based on what? Your performance. We made sure that we appropriated funds and give to these facilities specifically to take care of what? To take care of the issue of adolescents. But as I said earlier on, the challenge is just the issue of uptake. Some of these services are there, people are not going for it. I don't know whether because of ignorance or because they're not aware about it. It is not perturbing. Whenever I do monitoring or you do follow-ups, it is not easy. It is a bit challenging. So I am requesting all of us to engage ourselves and go to communities and at least make sure our community benefits. At the end of the day, this is taxpayers' money, which is got from you, from whatever you are utilizing. So I don't want to take much time. Madam Speaker, these are the few responses that I feel I should put forward. There's one that I wanted to respond to, the question which was asked by my colleague from Congo. It is very important. I don't know whether I can grant a permission. Thank you, Madam Speaker. My brother asked a question about the entitlement when it comes to documentations. My brother, it is there. In the schools, I think the only documentation that is not allowed for you is the issue of ID registration. It is unless you change your nationality from Congolese to Uganda. That is when you can access. But many of you have accessed. We also have no problem. We are brothers. With some of you, we speak same language. And the second question was about the issue of whether you can own land. By law, my brother, it is not allowed. Unless we lease for you the land, you use it for some period of time, and then you return it back. But most of you also went ahead and acquired land and they built or constructed houses, and we are living with you people. But the question will be, in the future, if the law still continues like this, it may affect you people. So let us be vigilant. You go down to your community and also empower them on such kind of programs such that they don't lose their little resources that they acquire. Thank you so much. Madam Speaker, this is the little information that I can respond to. I beg to submit. Thank you.
Thank you for that submission, and I'm very sure, Honorable, you've been answered clearly. And now, I would wish to recognize the presence of our Lord, our worship in the house. Please, you're most welcome. Thank you for being here with us. And as I mentioned earlier on, we are going to invite back the motion mover to give us a summary, after which we are going to vote for whether this motion has to be adopted or not. Please.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. Honorable members of the August House, I would like to thank you all so much for the insights that you've given. I'm only going to add on to what you have pointed out. The first recommendation is Arua City Council includes a specific budget line for designing youth-friendly spaces in health facilities. Ideally, when you go to these other health facilities, the adolescent-friendly spaces are designed in under the shade. When you go to Arua Oli Health Center, it was placed under some tent, but currently antenatal service is going on. I don't know where it has been shifted to. Honorable Speaker, having just a design shade or a room is not enough. Privacy is not up to its extent, so we really need a budget to be included. The second recommendation is advocate for strengthened adolescent and youth-friendly health services across Arua City. The second is promote age-appropriate, accurate, and evidence-based ASRHR information through schools, communities, health facilities, and trusted youth platforms. When young people are informed, they take right choices. We must give adolescents the right information, and they need to be included in budgeting and other things. Just like I said, when you know the problem is from this side, you will definitely get the solution from here. So it's really an added advantage for us for them to include the adolescents in planning. And next is advocate for stronger prevention, reporting, referral, and response mechanism for sexual and gender-based violence affecting adolescents. Report cases, send victims for help and support them. This calls upon the community, the stakeholders. Just like I said earlier on, the schools, the NGOs, and the police are not connected. When a student gets an issue at the school, the police does not connect with the school and the NGOs. And the next is promote coordination between schools, health facilities, youth organization, refugee structures, and protection actors to strengthen adolescent referral pathways. This is self-explanatory. Advocate for inclusive SRHR services that responds to the need of refugees, adolescents with disabilities, and other vulnerable groups. We must advocate for SRHR services for refugees and disabilities. A girl on a wheelchair cannot access some of the clinics, and a girl on a wheelchair cannot access some of the places when a place for the wheelchairs are not designed. So we need to include the services for the disabilities. Next is encourage meaningful participation of adolescents and youth in the design, implementation, and monitoring of adolescents' health programs. He should be involved in decision making because the best solution comes from who is involved. That is what I had explained. Promote integration of SRA, HRA into border youth health, education, protection, gender equality, and livelihood intervention. Finally, the last youth parliament action is strengthen youth-led awareness initiatives using appropriate media, community dialogue, peer education, and other safe communication platforms. Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. I beg to move.
Thank you for that submission. Now it's time for us to vote. As I said, we do it concurrently. If you agree with the motion, you say aye. If you disagree, you say nay. I can't hear you. Thank you. So aye wins, meaning we are going to adopt this motion in the policy document to be presented to the city. Thank you very much for all your deliberations, for the ideas that you raised. As I said, this was our last motion to be moved for today's parliament. I would wish to appreciate each and every one of you who participated actively. Now I'm going to invite the clerk to give us a brief of what transpired during the parliamentary sitting, after which we will have communications from persons that I will mention after that. Please. Please give the mic to the clerk. We are concluding. Please give us a summary.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker and the August House. I have a few resolutions for the 5 motions. The first motion was an issue paper on youth unemployment, livelihoods, and economic empowerment. And we had resolutions as follows. City authority should underlook business enterprises at city level, should prioritize young companies by young people given opportunity to provide services to the district level. Then startup capital and attach something tangible for the youth. Then individual skilling should be discouraged and we should encourage group skilling. Then we have the requested for support to the end of theft in the district. Then we have free schooling to young generation. Information to leaders should be attending parliamentary session, i.e. the district leaders and the council members. Then we should also maintain the little money the government has given to us. This is to the youth. That is to say the PDM fundings. Then the government should link youth to the market after training and providing market to their products, especially carpentry and tailoring. In the second motion that went, motion to present issue paper on drug and sustainable abuse, mental health and psychological well-being in youth, we had a few resolutions. The bylaws of banning the drugs completely should be passed. State House and city scholarships should be given to youth. Awareness on effects of drug abuse. Each division to have a trained counselors in rehab centers, groups, and community dialogues. Then there is need in reduction of idleness by encouraging activities like football. Construct youth centers running against drug abuse. Partners to support the boy child since they are all leaning on the girl child. Then we have counseling and psychological support in communities, schools, and institutions. Partnering with NGOs to encourage and support sensitization. We have to strengthen law enforcement and arrest of sellers of these drugs. Support family community action to encourage parents and children to communicate freely. The city should come with an anti-drug drug awareness in schools, and they should approach their peers during holidays. They should formulate policies catering for high percentage of youth in the young people, assisting youth without conditions. The youth loans should not be having high parameters to accessibility. Put plight of young people who are on the border. They should allow the youth to attend titles of MPs that, and though they are not. Then we have the third motion to present issue paper on meaningfully participation, representation, and accountability. We had a few recommendations. The need to sensitization and participation in political positions, capacitate the young people in participation and inclusion, change cultural norms that lead to dictatorship. That is to say, women inclusion should also be encouraged. Then every sub-region should elect a member of parliament to represent the youth. Advocate for rights of young people. City should invest in inclusive education for PWDs, e.g. the deaf and the blind. Arua City should encourage affirmative action to sign language interpretation. That is still on the PWDs. On the fourth motion to present issue paper on refugee protection, documentation, financing, and legal inclusion. The Chief Magistrates Courts should have mobile court sections to move in camps to hear the refugees out. Focal persons from refugee committee and linked to the magistrates should have effective inclusion. The government should ensure Arua City as one of the host cities catering for budgets, not only for the host districts, but also Arua. City Council refugee representatives, we should be having a refugee representative in the City Council. They should coordinate with neighboring countries to reduce retaliations and how they treat Ugandans in other countries. In the last motion to present issues on adolescent sexual and reproductive health rights, we had a few resolutions. The focal persons for adolescents in city councils, introduction of playing materials, presence of youth-friendly days, counseling, follow-up. The city should liaise with FIDA Uganda for counseling sections. The need for awareness to young people to know about toll-free rights through linking them. Design projects including parents to empower them to speak to their children. Organizing family dialogues to understand challenges faced by adolescents. Promote the girl-child education. Schools and caregivers should organize street talks to understand what's happening. The government should train senior men teachers to help the adolescent boys. The August House, I beg to submit my recommendation. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, our clerk, for today's sitting, for that summary of the proceedings of the parliamentary sitting. In case any was skipped, would still get back and include it when we are coming to harmonize the policy document to be presented to the City Council. As I mentioned earlier on, thank you very much. Now we are going to have communications from the following persons. We'll have a communication from the City Alliance. We have a name here, Mr. Bonga. Please, you have 2 minutes to say something before I invite the next person. Please, the platform is yours. You'll wish to speak from there? That's also okay.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, members of the August House, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Bongo Patrick Namis. I work with Six Alliance. I must say it's an extreme honor and privilege to have participated in this community youth parliament, where important deliberations have happened on issues around refugee inclusion and management, youth employment and livelihoods, issues around drug and substance abuse, adolescent sexual health, among others. And I would like to congratulate this August House for ably articulating the pertinent concerns that affect young people. And I would like to add my voice by saying young people are the ultimate future of any society. And they're the biggest resource we have at our family level and also at the community level. And we should strive at our individual capacities, the institutions we represent, to enable young people actualize their potentials and aspirations so that tomorrow they can inherit a better Arua city than we are living today. And that is possible if we work together as stakeholders. On behalf of Cities Alliance, we are happy to partner with Arua City Council and ACAV and other development partners that are supporting the meaningful integration of refugees in Arua City and Koboko and beyond. And we look forward to continuing this partnership and where possible to support young people realize their dreams. I say all this for God and my country. Thank you.
We are still in the parliamentary sitting. Please stop. You're not allowed to clap. Thank you for that submission. We always appreciate all the partners who support the youth in their growth. Order. Now, allow me invite Mr. Kennedy of Seford to say a word or two.
Thank you so much, the Speaker and all your members, all protocol observed. I'm a little surprised. I thought I would not speak, but let me add my voice. I want to appreciate you all for this deliberation. I have read keenly the issues raised and they are very pertinent. I'm not a youth myself, but I'm an advocate. I believe so much in the cause of the youths. And I was discussing with my colleague here that the old generation tend to castigate youth. Youth are this, youth are that, youth are this, without understanding the context in which the youth live currently. Many I have lived with want to compare the old past and think the youth should live like they did in the past. Moreover, the changing context makes the youth live the way they are. So my call upon is that live within the law, avoid the different substances which is making you astray, and focus on livelihood skills. I was also talking to my brother here about the issue of shifting skills. If you have a degree in development studies or psychology or history, it does not stop you from getting a certificate in growing tomato. When university has done a research, right now, 72% of beef, of fruits like tomato and so forth, come from across Pakwach. As of now, you see the market. We're actually strategically located where Congolese come here to buy chicken, beef, and so forth. So all these opportunities like our brother Mayor talked about, so let us prepare ourselves to take position of this. Almost all of you have mobile phone, smartphone. Make use of this smartphone to market what you do. Some already doing, but we can do more. We appreciate you, want to believe in your capacity. You can do more better. Asante sana.
Thank you so much for that submission. We always appreciate the knowledge given by those ahead of us. And with that, I would wish to invite His Worship to give us a speech and adjourn the sitting, though I will adjourn officially after.
Right Honorable Speaker, I have been many things in my life, but I have never been a member of parliament, which is why I made the mistake of clapping after the gentleman from Citizens Alliance submitted. And I was worried you'll send me away, but in your wisdom and kindness, you permitted me to stay. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for your kindness. Now I know you shouldn't clap in that August house that I've been educated this afternoon. The Right Honorable Speaker and honorable members, ladies and gentlemen, a good evening. Right Honorable Speaker, whereas it's not enough to talk, any good action starts with a quality conversation, which is exactly why we owe it to the partners and all those who have made this conversation possible. Please join me in appreciating them with a hand clap. Right Honorable Speaker.
It's okay.
Let
me permit that just for this time.
I wanted to return the microphone for you to fire these people out of this house because they clapped, even after I told them not to make the mistake that I did. I am aware that in this house we have members of Arua City Council. Madam Speaker, with your indulgence, please permit me to ask those in this house who are members of the Second Arua City Council to stand up for special recognition. At the back is the Deputy Speaker of the Second Arua City Council, the Right Honorable Magezi Gift. I also have the Honorable Councillor representing all the young people, the female young people in Arua City, the Second Arua City Council, the Honorable Hope Perry Nyati. Right Hope Perry Nyati is the Honorable Charity who represents the young people in Arua City in the Aivu Division Council. Thank you very much, Charity. It is not lost on me that you've asked me to come and address you in the capacity of mayor. However, when all titles are stripped of us and privileges, what remains common in this room is that we're just young people. And please allow me to have a heart-to-heart conversation with you as a fellow young person. Mr. Fenny was kind enough to give me a brief of the conversation that preceded my arrival in this honorable house. And you've said very amazing things, but three things stand out for me, and I'd like to address myself to the same. One is the issue of opportunities for refugees. In 2018, VNG International, which is an organization for mayors in Netherlands, did a survey in Arua and Koboko and established that there were 25,000 refugees in Arua City as of 2018, and I bet my head that there are even more as of today. Now, our national refugee policy does not recognize refugees outside of Kampala. What that means, and the significance, is that when we are planning nationally, we don't plan for 25,000 people. Now, the equivalent is this. You're a very generous man who has 3 kids. Your neighbor's children, because of domestic violence, come and stay with you. And you accept them. But when you're budgeting for food, you don't count the neighbor's children. But when food is ready, they eat together with your own children. What do you expect? These 25,000 refugees go to the same wells as our local communities do. They go to the same hospitals. They go to the same recreational facilities as we do. And where there's deficiency, the community reacts badly. If only we budgeted. So there is need to review the national refugee policy to include urban refugees or self-settled refugees outside of Kampala in the other urban centers. Because look, let's face it, the refugee who came to the camp about 10 years ago, his or her son, who is my age, doesn't want to stay in the camp. He knows that the only cinema in West Nile is at Le Confidential, so he comes to the city. He knows better health services at Nova Fina and Arua Referral Hospital, so he comes to the city. And our best option, by the way, not just refugees, but to address migration as a whole, is to use the urban centers for not just capturing data, but for better planning. Look, maybe with faith, the crisis in South Sudan will be resolved, and we pray for the same. And maybe Eastern DRC will become much more stable. But with the East African integration, the next refugee will not be looking for peace or a more stable environment. He'll be looking for a job. So the woman in Kenya will come and sell avocado here in Arua City. How are we going to accommodate her and make her stay here better? Just as a primary teacher from my village in Oruvu makes his way to Arusha in Tanzania to teach there when we achieve political integration of East Africa. I am glad this was at the center of your conversation. Ifen is a good reporter anyway, because he could have been misinforming me. Second to that is opportunities for youth. I am not convinced that there will ever come a time where those who are not youth will voluntarily hand over power and authority to young people. I'm not convinced that such a time will come, even if the rightful reasons avail themselves. You see, life is a constitution of forces, and you compete. Even in a family, the wife and the husband are constantly competing for who is the head of the family. You claim your space. You think the good mayor I replaced willingly handed over office to me as a young person? The young people must deliberate not on how they can be handled, but how they can forcibly, and I deliberately use the word forcibly, claim their space by demonstrating their relevance and significance to society. Drug abuse. John F. Kennedy said, "Ask not what your country has done for you, but what you have done for your country." There are young people. Ask not what Arua City Council has done for you, but what this parliament can do for the people of Arua City. Even if that is just a quality conversation. Julius Kambaraga Nyerere said, "You who are intellectuals bear the inevitable obligation to think for your societies who don't have your exposure." Will the conversation this afternoon make a positive contribution to where Arua City stands? And talking about council, I want to commit as head of the institution that will avail opportunity to a few people selected by this honorable house to come and present that paper to Arua City Council so we can adopt it as an official position of Arua City Council. Those of you who are students of economics know that the only true constant in man's life other than change is limited resources. Even while you come before council, please know that the needs are numerous, but the resources are limited, right? And so we must prioritize on what is important and what you want us to commit and do immediately. A few days ago, I was called as the guest speaker for this year's orientation of freshers at Makerere University. And I told them, nobody expects a university student or a recent graduate to drive a car. In fact, if you do have, it's an abnormality. A good one though, but it's rare. They are young people. There's no need for unnecessary pressure. The average billionaire in the US is 47 years old. The average founder of any company that has stood the test of time is about 37. you are below 30. There's no need for unnecessary pressure. Because we see so much now, we want to do so much, and the pressure can become unbearable, and hence things like drug abuse. At the end of the day, you can only do what you are able to do. Very Honorable Speaker, with your indulgence, please permit me to appreciate all partners who have made this conversation possible. People like, I have my Community Development Officer, the amazing Judith Drate, who represented us as Arua City in the organization of this conversation. Thank you very much, Judith. I have had Aldo call me at midnight to tell me how far they have gone. Thank you very much, Aldo, you and your team, for what you're doing. Citizen Alliance, thank you for continuing to stand with Arua City to achieve many of these things. And all those that have been lined up here that have made this conversation possible. I think this is important. Even the most significant thing in the recent history is colonization. That was only possible after the Berlin Conference in 1884. All events in history significant enough to impact life of man for over a century started with a good conversation. And we are counting on this one and the next one to impact the life of the people of Arua City. Thank you very much for your audience.
Can we have some order, please? We are concluding. Thank you, His Worship, for those impactful pieces of advice that you've given to the youth. As a youth, he is speaking from an informed point of view and from experience. And to all the partners, as mentioned earlier on, thank you so much for your support towards this activity, towards this parliament. And I would also wish to appreciate all the other stakeholders. We might not mention you name by name, but know that we appreciate all your efforts and you are recognized. And with that, I would wish to say a very big thank you to all of us for our participation, because without you, we wouldn't be here. A parliament cannot happen without the honorables. So thank you very much for your participation. And above all, I always say, let's learn and we relearn in everything that we do. Don't assume that you know everything, because every day is a learning process for us. With that, I call this sitting, that is in regards to the commemoration of the Youth Day, the Day of the African Child, and the World Refugee Day, to adjournment. Please rise. We're going to conclude with the national anthems. Technical team, please. Let's have one stanza each, okay? Is there a challenge? We can actually also sing, right? So, oh Uganda, may God We'll conclude just with that, okay?
Introducing Host TV, your ultimate advertising destination. Get 50% discount offer today. Elevate your brand with Host TV. Available on YOTV, Afro Mobile, and Host Media app. We offer commercial advertising, live event broadcasting, streaming service, social media marketing, publication on dailywestnile.info. We are Host TV. Connect with us on all social media platforms. Host TV, exploring.
Looking for top quality uniforms, corporate wear, or custom printing that speaks excellence? Welcome to West Nile Garment and Printing Service Limited. We specialize in school uniforms, corporate attire, protective wear, embroidery, and screen printing, all crafted with precision, passion, and durability you can trust. At West Nile Garment, every stitch tells your story. Because your brand deserves the best, visit us today at Pro 35, Third House, Rhino Camp Road, or call 0392 548 308. West Nile Garment and Printing. Brand better, dress smart, print quality.
Every child deserves a chance at life. But malaria still claims the lives of many children every day. This doesn't have to be the case. The good news is, starting this April, you can protect your child with the new malaria vaccine to reduce the risks of severe malaria and possible death. And when combined with a mosquito-treated net and other malaria preventive measures, it offers even stronger protection. Make sure your child gets their first malaria vaccine dose at 6 months and completes the remaining doses by their second-year birthday. This vaccine is now part of your child's routine immunization schedule and is as essential as completing all other childhood vaccines, such as those for measles, polio, and yellow fever within the first 2 years. Give your child a chance at life by visiting your nearest health facility, offering vaccination and immunization services to protect your child against all immunizable diseases.
Gaga your way to Morocco with Uganda Cranes and MTN. Simply buy a Gaga bundle by dialing *100*0# and stand a chance to win a fully paid trip to Morocco. Gaga your way to Morocco with Uganda Cranes and MTN. Together, our fire is unstoppable. Fire! MTN. Terms and conditions apply. MTN Uganda is regulated by Uganda Communications Commission.
Miss the headlines? Afro Mobile brings you live TV on the go. Stay updated with the latest news, sports, and entertainment wherever you are. Afro Mobile is like carrying your TV in your pocket. Download now.
Looking for skills that lead straight to a job? Ready to turn your passion into a profession? Koro Technical and Business Management Institute is your gateway. Located in Gulu City, 4 km along the Gulu-Kampala Highway. Choose from national certificate and diploma in high-demand fields like building and civil engineering, electrical installation, automotive mechanics, plumbing, welding, agriculture, fashion design and management. We have flexible schedules in a day, evening and weekend classes with intakes in January, April and August. Don't just dream it, build it. Koro Technical and Business Management Institute for Community Development. Register now and apply for the 2026-2027 admission. Your future starts at Koro.
Running out of data too fast? Here are quick tips for Android users to save MBs. Go to Settings, select Connections, select Data Usage, select Mobile Data Usage, select the app, then switch off background data usage. Download the My Airtel app to monitor your usage anytime. Switch on Data Saver mode. This blocks apps from secretly consuming data in the background. In Play Store, set up updates to Wi-Fi only. That way, updates won't eat up your bundles. With these simple tricks, your data goes farther.
Airtel.
We've got prices. Stream big and save bigger with your TV channels app. Enjoy your favorite shows, movies, comedy, local hits, kids content and sports for just 1,000 shillings daily plus a 4 GB data bonus. Better still, for just 2,500 shillings, grab the weekly bundle with 10 GB streaming data and a 3-day free trial. Don't wait. Download the OTV channels app now and take control of your entertainment. pause, rewind, record, play, anytime, anywhere. Stream big, save bigger with your TV channels.
Okay, I hope you have your lottery ticket with you. The winning ticket for this week is 7, 24, 25, 36, 35, 10.
That's me. Oh, you can say it. That's me. That's me.
Whoever has the winning tickets, just come to our offices starting tomorrow with your national ID. I repeat, come with your national ID. Congratulations.
You have a name? Do you have a name? Do not be like Mwede. Visit a nearer registration center near you to get a NIN or renew your national ID today.
Looking for a quality, affordable, and convenience all-in-one shopping experience in Arua City? Look no further. Get all your shopping done at Esomat Hypermarket. We are open 24 hours a day and 7 days a week, 24/7. Esomat Hypermarket, conveniently located in the heart of Arua City on Central Road, Plot 5 off Transport Road. Everything you need under one roof with friendly service you can rely on, from fresh groceries and food items to household essentials, electronics, beverages, wines, and much more. Enjoy quality products, friendly service, and a comfortable shopping experience. Anytime you need to shop, day or night, Esomat Hypermarket is always open. Esomat Hypermarket. Smart shopping starts here. For more information, please call 0774 752544.
Welcome to Dreamland Hotel, where luxury meets convenience. Experience the perfect blend of comfort and sophistication at our premier hotel. Step into your home away from home, where elegance and comfort converge. Our spacious and beautifully appointed rooms and suites are designed to meet your every need. Relax and unwind in our tranquil accommodations, complete with all amenities to ensure a restful and rejuvenating stay. Hosting a business event? Look no further. Our hotel offers cutting-edge conference facilities that are sure to impress your guests. From intimate board meetings to large-scale conferences, our versatile spaces and professional staff will ensure your event is a resounding success. Dive into a world of relaxation and bliss at our magnificent swimming pool. Bask in the warm sunshine as you lounge by the water or take a refreshing dip. Our poolside oasis offers the perfect escape where you can unwind and soak up the serene atmosphere. Embark on a culinary journey at our exquisite restaurant, where flavors from around the world come together to tantalize your taste buds. From gourmet delicacies to local favorites, our talented chefs create culinary masterpieces that will leave you craving for more. Unwind and socialize at our vibrant bar and lounge, the perfect spot to enjoy handcrafted cocktails, fine wines, and a wide range of beverages. And let us take care of your every detail, making your time with us truly unforgettable.
Coming soon on Host TV, the premiere of a brand new series, The Story of Lule, an epic tale of resilience and a mother's silent strength, only on Host TV. Episode 1 of The Story of Lule premieres today. Watch it live on Host TV every Monday to Friday at 8 p.m. Follow us on all social media handles to catch up.
Witness the intense drama of Episode 2, the complicated birth of baby Lule, and the joy that followed at home. Catch all the drama live on Host TV. Follow us on all social media platforms.
Attention Ugandans! Ebola is a dangerous but preventable disease. Watch for symptoms such as fever, weakness, vomiting, diarrhea, stomach pain, and bleeding. If someone shows signs of Ebola, avoid physical contact. Do not touch bodily fluids. Report the case to health authorities immediately. Protect yourself by washing hands regularly, avoiding contact with sick people, and following Ministry of Health guidelines. Early reporting saves lives. Stay alert, stay safe, and protect Uganda.
Hello everyone.
My name is Sophia.
And my name is Marcus.
And we are speaking to you on behalf of the Danish Network of Local Youth Councils.
First of all, let us send you the warmest greetings to all of you